Gonna make sure everything is here. Hello, hello to anyone who's checking into this later. Just making sure everything is up. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I think we are good. Let's go ahead and let the Discord know. Hello, Noxley. Oh my goodness, that's so fast already. You guys are so quick. Hold on, let me let everyone in Discord know real quick. Alrighty. You guys post funny memes. Stream starting now. Okay. Okay, I did all that. You have arrived, yes! And hello, Dreamy Allure. It's so good to hear both of you guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, hi, Bear. Hi, what's up? Why are you looking at me? Mama Cryptid, you might have to listen to your poodle. Mama Cryptid, he might need to go OUT. Okay. Hello, hello. Yes, hello Jimmy Laura, hello Noxley. It's so good to see you guys. And yeah, I have exciting news. What? You just made some cookie dough so you can bake them tomorrow. Oh, later today, it's almost 4. Jimmy Laura, your sleep schedule, baby. It's gonna be crazy when you actually get a normal sleep schedule again, because then, like, you'll never be able to catch my streams. That will be so funny. Well, I'm hoping after November, when I stream a little bit less, like less often, I'm hoping to, on those streaming days, stream longer, because I'll have the time to recover in between streams. And yeah, I'd also like to stream earlier in the day for me, and stream some games and stuff, maybe with Roots. That would be cool in the future. And that might be like late for you. That might be like midnight for you, Dreamy Alora. So maybe. Exciting news. Yeah. I might wait a minute, because I'm just gonna let people enter chat for the next minute or so. Because I don't want to repeat it like a bajillion times. That might be really annoying to you guys. I know I still have to repeat stuff as stream goes on, and that's fine. But I assume like people in chat sometimes might get annoyed if they have to keep listening to the same thing. Hello, Saya. It's so good to see you. Hello, Relic. Stream Queen Cryptid is here. Oh my god, thank you. Or Commander Roots will curse us. That's right. Okay. Also, okay, not as exciting news. Roots is sick today. So everyone here just has to behave, okay? I know technically I know how to do the ban stuff and the delete stuff, but I'm slow at it. But in general, everyone behave today, okay? Commander Roots is taking a sick day. You lurk now? Okay, Zaya. Yeah, just have me on your second or third monitor. I don't even know why you guys do that. I wouldn't want to listen to me on a second or third monitor. You ordered your final proof copies of your book today, Dreamy Alora? Alora, that's so exciting! That's so exciting! Oh my goodness! I'm so thrilled for you. I love getting all these updates on your guys' writing journey or your publishing journeys or all the things that's happening. I'm so thrilled for you guys. Yeah, I hope they feel better soon. Yeah, thankfully it was Mama Cryptid that was sick first, but it seemed just to be like a little 24-hour bug. So we're hoping... Roots felt really sick this morning, but even now they already feel a little bit better, right? So hopefully after sleep today, when they wake up tomorrow, they'll already be good. Volunteer to the raccoon mod. Feel better, Roots? Yeah, I don't trust any of you guys to be raccoon mod. Maybe... I don't think Noxley's pulled anything funny with me. I think Noxley's been good, right? Maybe Noxley. I feel like maybe they did do something. I forget now. I just said maybe I did. Noxley. See, author, like if I make you the mod, you're just gonna ban everybody. You're gonna ban me from my own stream somehow. I don't even know if that's possible, but you'll try it. I know. Oh my goodness. Trust Relic, no. Oh my goodness. Just Noxley, yeah, maybe we'll have to see. I don't think Noxley's messed with me. If they have, then I've already forgotten it because my memory's shit. No. You guys are so funny. So yeah, okay, it seems like we have some people here. We already have some lurkers and stuff too. But the exciting news, it's not like a super, super big thing, but I told you guys, oh, like it would be really cool, I think, for you guys to see going from Script and then December's editing scripts, that I would like for you guys to, no, not ban everybody. I would like you guys to, if you were interested, to see taking a script to concept art and then storyboarding, right? The rough storyboards, that's kind of the process it goes in. You get some story concepts, some art concepts, then you get storyboards done, like really rough storyboards, and then you get more final storyboards and keyframes. There's a whole process to getting something turned from a script made for animation into a short little animation, right? Even something as short as like 2 minutes that we're planning here. And I said for the past few days, oh, I keep looking into trying to get some storyboard artists, because that's the next step. But it's really, really hard, right? I'm finding a lot of websites that were like filled with AI, and a lot of them seemed untrustworthy. I was really struggling. And so in the end, I actually looked at animatics that I liked on YouTube, people who've done storyboards for animatics. And I looked up their Instagrams and stuff like that to see if they were open for commissions. And I reached out to one of them that I really liked, and because it said their commissions were open, and they got back to me the other day. And I was asking them some questions, and they were asking things back, and we were talking about budgets and stuff. It is much more expensive than even I was planning. Storyboards are no joke. It's one of the cheapest parts in the process, because storyboards are where you can make the most mistakes because it's the cheapest. But even then, that does not mean it's like cheap. It's still money. But yes, we are talking about it, and we were going back and forth, and they offered for me to send them the script that I'm working on, and they would help me break down and budget it and figure out the stuff I need and the steps to take, and what a rough budget might look for those next few steps. So I am in talks with a storyboard artist that I'm really excited about. But in order to do that really, really rough, remember it was just a really rough day. We were like, yeah, it's a rough edit. Nobody's going to see it. It's fine. We'll edit it in December. Well, now the storyboard artist offered to look it over for me. So we had to make it look better, right? We can't send them this shit. This shit was just for nobody to see besides all of the internet land out here. So we actually have to edit it today. That's so cool. Yeah, sounds cool. I'm really excited to actually work with like a storyboard artist who's like animatics and storyboards. I saw like on YouTube, I've seen their portfolio and stuff, and I really like their work. And I reached out to them, and I'm like, oh, they'll probably never get back to me and stuff too, because they're working on their own stuff. They're part of other projects that they're like directing and stuff too. And I was like, oh, they might not hit back to me, but at least I tried. I can say I tried, and they did. And I was like, oh no. It was really scary sending those first few messages, but they seem really nice. And yeah, but I am following through with that, because I did tell you, I was like, oh, that would be a cool thing to maybe do in the future. So that is in the very, very early stages in the works. And we were even talking about the budget. I mentioned to start being an affiliate. Right, I had to open up the new bank account, right? I had to do all that stuff for it. And during that process, we were even talking with it, because we own our own business. I never took out business loans for it, really, right? But we were talking about it because, in the future, we want to upscale the business. And so I was even talking to the banker, like, oh, how's the credit looking? How's all this different stuff? What do you think in the next few years, if I ever did get like a small business loan, our business really small, do you think we would still be, do you think a bank would ever like give us a small business loan? I don't know what the process would be. And he looked over all our stuff, and he's like, no, actually, like, you're like in a really, really good spot. You are better than most people. Like, you are in the top percent of people that they would give a small business loan to, based on all the different information. And I was like, oh, really? And they were like, he was like, yeah, like low key, like he was like even kind of leaning over. He's like, yeah, low key, like you're you're a lot better than most people who apply for with your credit score, with your financials, with everything set up, with how long you've been in business. Because they're like, we prefer for someone to be in business for like 1 or 2 years, before they even apply for a business loan. And you guys have been in business and rolling it and doing all this stuff for a couple years now. Like, you guys would be on really good standing to get a business loan. And I was like, oh. So we're going back and forth. If this little community keeps growing and we do reach the stage where you know, we might need that animatic, and I would need to pay the artist for it. If this keeps going, if this is the direction where the universe is taking us, then yeah, we might get the Cryptid Roots business loan to try and do an animatic and show you guys like live on stream what is the process to do that. How do you take a script? How do you get the storyboards? How does a meeting with a storyboard artist go? How do you edit stuff? How do you go back and forth? Because I really want to encourage you guys. Like, this is, I know nothing about this, right? I just Google a lot. That's how I sound like I know things. But really, I'm a complete newbie at a lot of this stuff, right? I even said I've never really wrote scripts before. This was my first time on stream, and I just decided to start writing scripts. It was just an idea I had, so I'm like, hey, like, if you guys wanted to do stuff, I'm fully willing to go on this adventure and show you guys how I try. How I try to do it. Oh, hey, Roots, I'm surprised I thought the screen was really hurting your eyes. I didn't think you'd be on at all today. Can't believe you're all trying to take my job. Yeah, I was telling them all to behave because you weren't feeling good, and I knew the monitor was hurting your eyes. So Roots, if you can't be on today, that's totally fine. I totally get it. And I do know how to do the band stuff and to do the deleting comments stuff. So if you can't be on today, I'll like finagle my way through. It's okay. But yeah, I was telling them all there's a ranking system, and they all have to be good raccoons. You shall sleep soon. Okay. What's some of the other news? But yeah, that is the really exciting news. I'm in talks with a storyboard artist that I did not think would even give me the light of day, because I've liked some of their work. They were really cool. Rank. Time to get to number 1. Zai. Oh yeah, I was saying like you know, some of my raccoons here, like, you guys are all good raccoons. I never want you guys to think you're bad raccoons. But some of you guys are mischievous raccoons. And I was saying I probably wouldn't give mod powers to a mischievous raccoon. They would have to be like a really good raccoon who wouldn't mess with me too much. Because I'm too much of a noob, right? If you guys pull too many pranks on me, I won't be able to recognize it, right? And that's where Roots, you can see in the comments, like, they talk shit back to me, it's okay. But they don't actually, like, bully me with mod powers. We all are the mischievous raccoons. Oh no. So yeah, so whoever's like less of a mischievous raccoon in the future, I'm as we get bigger. Right now it doesn't seem like we need too much, but if we get bigger and I do need like another mod besides Roots, I might try to look at mods in the future. It's really scary. Roots didn't even know how to be mod stuff. I was just like, oh, I don't know how to do the ban thing if there's bots when we first started streaming. And they were like, oh, okay, like they offered to do it, but they'd never been a mod before either. And so they went onto my account and they gave themselves mod powers because I didn't know how to do it. And Roots is just, you know, my younger sibling. They're helping me out. They're making sure everything's all good. But yeah, I am really excited to get back on topic. That a concept artist is not concept artist, storyboard artist is going to look through the script after I send it to them and help me break it down, figure out the budget, and that would be cool info to give to you guys too, right? And so it's not going to be exact, like, again, all artists have different prices, but it's, when I was looking at stuff, the only site that ever gave me prices was like day rates for storyboard artists, and I'm like, I have no idea how many day rates I have to pay to get like 1 or 2 minutes of storyboards, you know what I mean? I had no frame of reference, and I feel like a lot of other people trying to do this probably also won't have a lot of frame of reference. Is it a week's worth of day rates in order to get a minute done? Is it longer? You know, what's included here? Like, I just don't know. Or are they like really, really fast? Because everyone says like, oh, storyboards should be really, really fast and sloppy, so maybe they could get like a minute's worth of animatics done a day. I have no idea. So I was going back and forth and talking with them, and they were helping me with getting ideas and timelines and stuff, which was really nice of them. They did not have to do that. But, you know, I was like, no, I'm really earnest about this and I really want to pay someone, and I'm scared of those other sites because there was so much AI on them. I'd much rather pay like someone who's actually an artist. But yeah, so the next step is to edit the script so it's a little bit more comprehensible, and then send it to them, and then wait a little bit and see how they help me break this down, see what the budget might look like to get a 2-minute animatic done. We're actually gonna grab a coffee in a bit and continue working on your book. You got classes in 4 hours. Thankfully it's online classes. Yeah, because you're gonna be tired. Oh my goodness. But yeah, everyone, so when I mentioned that a little while ago, I have followed through, and it's actually like looking up, it's a possibility in the future that we might see the full process of doing a rough draft of a script all the way to an animatic that I might release on like YouTube or something one day. Wouldn't that be cool? And then technically, I haven't even really thought this far ahead. I was only talking about it with Mama Roots in the beginning because, you know, it would be a lot of money to get the animatic done. But I'm like, technically, it could be an investment. Once you have an animatic, once you have that proof of concept, you do technically have that in your pocket to try to pitch to studios for an idea. And, you know, the rest of this month, we've been working on the scripts, the rough idea, the rough draft of scripting for 3 episodes, right? For 3 long episodes. So technically, I'm not ever saying I could self-produce three long episodes of that, of the different witches and the hero and stuff like that. But technically, we could pitch that animatic and show that proof of concept and see if any studios in the future would ever be interested in picking it up. Which is kind of crazy. I did not expect that when we started this challenge this month. Everything just feels like it's go no stop. I'm very used to things being slower paced. I'm used to things being a lot of stop. Yeah, do we all want to take... So you can see why I was like, oh, hey, I might not do story time today. I actually need to edit. I need to edit this to send it to that storyboard artist. So let's take a look, because I haven't looked back at this at all. I was just planning on saving it for December. So let's take a look. I have here, I've copied it over onto a black document. The original one was still when it was a white document, so it was hurting your guys' eyes. Let's see here. A short animatic script, rough draft, no edits. So we're going to have here, we are doing edits. So we can just go ahead and do that. So it's now just a rough draft. We'll be editing. It's really scary. I was planning on editing in December. There is the different stuff here. I do have some like cut in. I have the exterior. I have stuff like that. That might be when I go through this as a second edit, I'll put that stuff in. You know, then I'll worry about having all the technical terminology for a script. You might go so for a while, even though I did as much as I did on the fairy dress. Your brother is being loud and you don't feel like hearing it. Totally get you. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry your brother's like shouting every night with the games. That must be really hard. But yeah, I saw the fairy dress work you had done in the Discord. It looks incredible so far, Noxley. It's so exciting. Was that Roots in the background? Are you hearing things? Do I get enough sleep or am I going crazy? That might be Mama and Papa Cryptid in the background. That's all. But yeah, it's like a family. I'm near the kitchen. This isn't like a fancy setup because we didn't expect anyone to ever watch me stream, you know, for the first year. And now we're not even 30 days and we're at 50 followers. So we're planning on emptying out an office space for me in the future, and I might stream there in the future. But yeah, for now, you sometimes hear things in the background. You're not gonna hear the dog. You're gonna hear the cat sometimes. You hear Mama and Papa Cryptid. You sometimes hear Roots when they come out to the kitchen to grab a snack. It just happens until we're fancier. And we get that office space. So you're not going crazy. Thank God. Well, you know, I can't guarantee that. If you're asking if you're going crazy about this specific thing, then yeah, you're not crazy about that. But I don't know, you're staying up really late and you have a lot of coffee, so maybe there's some other craziness there. So let's see here. So yeah, I got rid of that because this is an entire, so when I say like, oh, like I just save a really shitty one, the original was called like, oh, like rough draft, like animatic rough draft or something like that. I've copy and pasted it here and I've completely renamed it. This is a I don't even care about my titles sometimes. This one I literally just call it editing my shit to make it better. I'm very unserious about my titles. But yeah, so that way, no matter what, if I do something that I dislike or I lose information, like I accidentally delete something, it doesn't matter because there's an entire separate document that had my original stuff in it. And that's a lot. That's really good if you guys are doing rough drafts. Some people just keep editing in the same document. And then if they accidentally delete stuff, if that document gets lost, if they went down one direction and then they decide halfway through, oh wait, I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I could go back and go down path A instead of path B. It's good to have those multiple different documents with each change you do, right? With different drafts. And in the future, if you ever become a super famous, celebrity author or writer or something, it's really cool for like other people who admire your work to pull out an older script and show like, oh yeah, can you believe this was one of the earlier drafts and character A was going to do this instead. It's really cool for fans of certain writers to see those earlier drafts. And if you just keep editing in the same document, you don't get those earlier drafts around still. So that's why I like having different documents when I do my edits. But yeah, what did I have over here? Oh, so yeah, we might not have story time today. I think I mentioned that in Discord, but for anyone who's not in the Discord, I might not do story time today just because like I'm still a little like starstruck actually that like the storyboard artist like offered to be like, oh yeah, like send me the script, I'll help you break it down. So I'm trying like really hard just to focus on the edits today. I'll still be chatting. I'll still be talking with you guys. I'll still be explaining things as I go. So this is actually gonna be a writing and chatting stream, but it might not be a story time stream. So that could be tomorrow. So if you guys were looking forward to that just might be tomorrow. So I was just explaining, I might not, for this version, have the EXT for exterior outside shot, interior for interior shots, the cut-in. I might not do that yet. I think I'm just going to read through this and figure out what shots do I need, what is happening here, because this was a really rough draft. I didn't do any edits. So we have an exterior outside shot, meadow by edge of woods. That's one of our scenarios. Middle of bright day. The establishing shot. And I said I had a note here that like if you're writing scripts to submit to try and get your script published, you normally don't have these like notes about shots to take because they get really mad. They want the director and the storyboard artists and stuff like that to figure out the shots. But because like this is my project, right? So like there's no one else for me to piss off. But yeah, so I can get rid of that. So we have older sister, age 17 to 18 or so, and younger sister, age 10 or younger. And we have in medieval fantasy art, we're supposed to be like medieval fantasy inspired Studio Ghibli look, right? Are in the meadow, enjoying a food or picnic. Viewers can see younger sister's face, bright, smiling, and happy while she faces away from the wood's edge. Hold on, I had to cough. I'm gonna turn down the mic so you can't hear it. Mama Cryptid was bullying me. I had the mic off so you guys couldn't hear it, but they were bullying me. They said I'm not allowed to die on stream again. I'm like, it wasn't my fault. Roots cursed me. That's not fair. Why do I get blamed for everything? I can't control if I die on stream or not. By the way, I do have a nice fresh glass of cold water. Here, I do have my sippies. You guys were all bullying me with the sippies yesterday. Trying to make me drown. So we can see that. And we have the note here that she's bright, smiling, and happy while she faces away from the wood's edge. But older sister has her back to the camera. Her face and expressions are not seen. Older sister is facing towards the wood's edge, where the beast is lurking in the shadows, watching the siblings. I might make a note here. I don't want italics. Well, this had to be here. I'm gonna, maybe I'll make a thing of my characters. So I'll have Beast. It doesn't need to be bold. Shadowy wolf monster, which is familiar. And let's see here. Yes. Does anyone have a book that is 5.5 times 8.5 they could post a photo of in Discord? I'm thinking in my head, that's smaller, right? That's like a smaller book. Maybe even, was it Dealing with Dragons would be that size? Hold on. Dealing with Dragons. Hardcover. If it's smaller than that, then that's a small book. Was it this? That looks right. Oh man, but this is like normal stuff. This isn't the covers I have. Huh. I was gonna put that as a frame of reference because I'm like, that book's pretty small. Maybe I could see if that's one. Well, those weren't the right covers I was thinking of. Your book, the 10th mark, is 6 times 9, so it's about ½ inch bigger each way. I'm trying to see how big 5x5 times 8.5 would be. Doing your cover with the artist. Oh, really? That's so exciting. I know you were looking for that for a while. That's really, really cool. But yeah, if you have a ruler, if you have like a measuring tape or anything, me and Mama Cryptid are seamstresses. We have like cutting boards, cutting mats that have the measurements on each side. So like if you have something that could just measure like a ½ inch or like an inch, but you can just cut it in half, just trim off, you know, ½ inch along your 10th mark book, like to just kind of see it, just to get that reference idea. And that will give you a good perspective then, because like you said, your 10th mark book is really close in size, right? It's just that little bit bigger. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we're gonna have our cast. We're gonna have the Beast. I'm gonna have it way bigger than most bulls, but still below the tree line. We have the Beast. No, I don't believe in most scripts you start with the cast. I think if you do plays, if you have a script for a play, I think sometimes it has the cast list in it. But this is just for me, right? This is still a rough draft. I don't think they're expecting to see it perfect yet. So you have the Beast. You have older sister. The witch. Age 17 to 18. And she's the monster of the woods. Younger sister. The witch's younger sister. What do I have her at? Yeah, age 10 or younger. He is sacrificed by her older sister. Let's see here. What other notes do I have? So we have the Beast, the older sister who's the Witch of the Woods. I have the hag, hero, those are all, I believe, the main characters. Those are all like the name, like important things. There are like going to be nameless NPCs in the background, like the male villagers, right? They all die. You're gonna see passing villagers and stuff when we walk through the village, but they're not like the main cast. Those are just like the extras. There we go. It's not NPCs, it's extras. No, not that. Underlined? Let's just make it underlined. Underline and bold. That will make it seem, this wouldn't normally go into a script you're trying to send out. But just for my frame of reference, this is really helpful for me to have and keep referring back to. Hag. We're gonna have older crone who guides the hero through the village, the narrator. And we have our hero, and he's going to be generic fantasy hero. Doesn't have voice lines. He's inspired by from Legend of Zelda. My sword, maybe. And young 20s. Ages young 20s. Okay, so we had the beast, we had the older sister, we had the younger sister, Hag, and the hero. And that is... Oh, my model's acting all funny. That is the main cast. So we have, I don't need the cut in there. We don't need that. We have our... So we can get rid of the descriptions now in it, right? Because we have our thing here. So older sister and younger sister in medieval fantasy garb are in the meadow enjoying food picnic. Viewers can see... I guess I don't need medieval fantasy garb. She's the monster of the woods. Where's medieval fantasy garb? Where's fantasy garb? There we go. So yeah, the setting is like, you know, it's like a little medieval inspired fantasy. Being a writer, Googling if Uber Eats is available in Sweden. It is. And if you can pay with cash, you can't. Gotta change the storyline then. He just adds his PayPal to our app and says, and pays. Not as romantic as paying with cash, but hey, it is what it is. Need to be logical. I guess it depends on what food service it is. Like, Uber, you can't pay with cash, right? But there are some, oh my god, like pizza, if you get like just pizza delivered, there are some restaurants like that where you do, like, you just pay in cash and the person who drops it off just takes the cash. So if, depending on what they were ordering through Uber Eats in your story, if it was like a pizza place or something like that, then it could be believable of like, oh, he just didn't do it through Uber Eats. He just called the place directly. And then when they showed up, he paid in cash. Other restaurants, you sometimes had to check. Some smaller restaurants do it, some of them don't. It just depends. Your little crying raccoon emoji, that was cute. You're starting chapter 1 of the collab book you and Shadow are working on. That's so exciting. I'm so thrilled you guys are working together on that. I hope you guys have a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, I love hearing, like again, like there's so many different places you guys are all in during this month, right? Like you're just starting chapter 1. You know, some of you guys are working on your second book that's self-published. Some of you guys are in the next month about to have your first book published or your next book published. You know, it's really exciting time seeing where everyone is. And then here's little old me who just did this script animatic as a fun little writing exercise, and now it's like, oh shit. Now I actually had to show this to people soon. I had to get this in order. I'm gonna make that cast capital. Is that necessary? No. What? There we go. You're still working on Fairy Core on that one. You're on chapter 6. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, are a lot of you guys? So, I figured that, you know, this writing and reading category was probably bigger this month because of the November writing challenges right after NaNoWriMo, but, you know, we don't use NaNoWriMo anymore. It's like the 50k words challenge or November writing challenge or Novelember. There's like a bajillion other titles for it now, but it's like the same thing. So you guys, do you guys feel like here on Twitch, is it like mostly active in November? Or do you guys feel like it's still kind of a thing year round? Gonna lurk for a bit. Yeah, get some work done. You don't know how to describe the type of cover you want. Are you talking about artwork style? Or like, are we talking about like paper? Like what type of paper to use? Or are we talking about, I feel like there's a few different ways this is going here. Like, are we talking about the art? Are we talking about the formatting? Are we talking about the paper type? You think novel November? Yeah, I think there's a lot of streams in November, but it might die down a bit after November. Yeah. That's what I'm kind of worried about. I'm like, oh, like this is such a good community now, but I'm in the back of my head, I am kind of expecting like once November is over, that there might be like less people here. It might be a little bit less active, and that kind of ended up working out, right? Because I've wanted to go into. Can you guys hear my phone? My bad. I want to go a little bit into the gaming and the storyboarding and some other streams right after November's over. But if it's still semi-active, I'd still like to do these writing days with you guys here because I think it's still really fun, just yapping and sometimes getting writing done. Maybe not as much as I would if I wasn't yapping, but still. But yeah, I in the back of my head, as great as this has been, and I'm kind of expecting once November is over, for there to be a few less follows, a few less like lurkers and stuff. I know November's kind of the big push for the writing community, right? There's a question on the forum that asked, mandatory, your vision for the cover. This is the most essential part to guide the design. Please describe your concept and what you envision for the cover. This will serve as the main brief for the design. For example, a couple running from a beast in a jungle background, a moonlight, fog, or any specific scene or imagery you want to portray. Okay, so you're just kind of describing like what do you want it to look like. You're just describing like, oh, I kind of want these images in it. So yeah, what's the vibe? What's going on? You check out the guy. Oh yeah, you were recommending an artist, weren't you? But yeah, is this for the? I'm getting the 10th mark in your new book confused back and forth. Is this for the serial killer one, from the different point of views? Because there's still like, is there something special about the serial killer? Is there something special about the mom? Are there any important symbols? Is there like a really like intense scene that you're like, yeah, everything works up to like this scene? You know, those are the type of things that you might want to have as the book cover. Like if one of the most intense scenes is that part that we read on stream before, where it's she's going into the house, but then there's somebody in the house, and she's just on the corner, and she can hear somebody breathing right around the corner. That might be like a really cool concept to show on the cover. You did, but you felt more comfortable going for something on Fiverr. And you're talking the Cinder book. I know how I want the back cover. I don't know how you want the front cover. No, okay, see, that's what I say. I'm like, oh, I've gone back and forth. I'm getting the two mixed up in my head because I've gone back and forth between the two. Talking about the Cinder book. Okay, that's the Grimes one, the Detective Grimes. Oh, I can't even look at it right now. I think I had that tab closed. But yeah, think about what scenes are important, what motifs are important, what's like a really interesting, intense scene that might be cool to convey. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And hey, if you're not ready for the full thing yet, I mean, aren't you still working on it? So you don't need to have the cover ready for it yet until like it's fully done. Because even while you're working on it, right, you might come across a twist later that you're like, oh wait, I had to rewrite this. Like, this is a cooler thing to do instead. So I wouldn't even worry about the cover too much until like it's done writing and you're at least going through the later editing stages. Then you can kind of look at the cover. So it's not like a huge deadline. It's nothing to worry about right now. You can still be thinking about it. What was I saying? The older sister and younger sister are in the meadow enjoying food or a picnic. Viewers can see younger sister's face, bright, smiling, and happy while she faces away from the wood's edge. But older sister has her back to the camera. Her face and expression are not seen. Older sister is facing towards the wood's edge, where the beast is lurking in the shadows, watching the siblings. Hag narrates off-screen. What has happened? Yes, boo. Yes, yeah. I say I might not always be stuff you guys want to hear, but hey, I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the honest truth. That doesn't always mean it's good advice, but I give you the best advice I can. When your wife used to take commissions, she had to add terms of service like this because people would ask for items and expect her to do the brainstorming as well. Oh no. Yeah, I bet. That's one of the things too. That's why like you don't even go from straight script to a full finished animation piece. You do have to have storyboards, because otherwise you'll go to these like animators, these artists, and you'll be like, okay, here's a script. Give me a fully animated, rendered, fully finished thing. And they're like, wait, but what does it look like? How do we shoot it? What camera angles do you want? What are the shots? How do we do this? And sometimes people just expect them to do the brainstorming too, and it's like, no, you had to hire someone specifically for the brainstorming, which in this case, right, is the storyboard artist. And you go back and forth with brainstorming. They try to take the vision, they figure out what shots are needed, they figure out the camera angles, and like you guys can do revisions and stuff for stuff that isn't. But the brainstorming is like either something you had to do yourself, or it is like a separate person, right? And in this case, that's what the storyboard artist does. They do the brainstorming for what things should look like. You could also argue the concept artist does too. Concept artist gets the look and the vibes. The storyboard artist brainstorms the camera angles and how things flow and how the camera's gonna move. That way, once all the brainstorming is done, then you can actually take that shit to people to actually start animating it and doing what you want them to do. But yeah, brainstorming is a whole job. The bigger the project, the bigger a job it is. Especially like too, if they don't even tell you what they want and you're just supposed to guess, and you do all this like hard work for like a book cover and you're just guessing, then you'll show that to them and they'll be like, oh, actually no, I don't like that because this and this. Like, I already did all the hard work, please, no. And they won't want to pay you, especially on like Fiverr. I think if you're not happy with it, isn't like really shitty for the artist. Like the client can just like keep making them work and do like stuff over and over again until they're happy. That happened a lot. Yeah, I bet. Hopefully now that she has the conditions, the terms of service, you said terms of service, hopefully that helped a lot. You know what I mean? Not for her emotes, but for OC sheets and full body art. Oh geez, yeah, I can imagine, like, if someone's like, here, draw my character, and they're like, okay, what does your character look like? What expression do they have? What pose do you want to draw them in? Do they have any items? Like, do they pose with a sword? Do they pose with a bow and arrow? Do they have an axe? And they're like, I don't know, they have a cool weapon. Just put them in a cool fighting pose. And then they put the character in like a fighting pose, and they're like, no, my character doesn't wear shoes like that. And it's like, well, you didn't have in your brief what kind of shoes your character wore. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine that gets really frustrating. Oh my goodness, I can imagine. And that's why even for a lot of YouTuber artists and stuff too, right? You if you're getting something custom, sometimes you have to go to a concept artist first to get the idea of what your character looks like, and then you go to an, sometimes they're the same person, sometimes they're two different people, then you go to an artist and a rigger, and the artist is going to take that concept art of your VTuber model and fully chop it up into pieces and do all the layers and do the art style and do all the different stuff, and the rigger will add that, the movement and all the jiggle physics, right? But the artist doesn't want to go back and forth with you 20 bajillion times and fixing stuff. They're already doing like 500,000 layers and chopping up pieces. They can't go and keep editing stuff. So sometimes you do need to have just a separate concept artist just to figure out what your character looks like and to do those revisions back and forth and to nail it down. That way when the actual artist who's drawing the model parts doesn't have to worry about keeping to do revisions, chopping. Yeah, so to get the rigging for VTuber models, right? It's not an actual 3D thing. It's still 2D. It's still just art pieces. But to make it happen, they chop the artwork into pieces. And those layers go behind stuff. So they even like they technically draw like what underneath the hair looks like. So that way as I'm moving the hair around and the hair moves, you still see the blue underneath it, right? So it's all these different layers, and they're all chopped up, the model's chopped up into different pieces for the rigger, and the rigger will then put the motions, put the range of motion and how everything works together for those chopped up layers, and then you have a fully rigged VTuber model. And that make it sound like it's that easy. It's really, really hard. That's why VTuber models are so expensive. But yeah, for the artwork you do chop it up in a particular way, so that way you can get the range of motion. Because otherwise you'd just be a little like PNG tuber. But yeah, normally someone who's gonna do revisions to figure out what your brainstorming and your vision is, that's normally sometimes like in many things, that's normally a separate artist who's gonna go back and forth with you and do revisions to nail down your vision. Because when you have another artist who's doing stuff like doing the modeling, doing storyboards, doing all the different stuff, they already want you to know what the vision is. Hey, some are cheaper, lol, you're looking at a cheaper ones. Those ones are like already done and like lots of people get them, right? That's like this one. This one is cheaper like in quotation marks, as in it's not thousands of dollars. This one's only $100 or so. It's like around 100. That's the Suika model. Why? Because they then sell it to hundreds of people, to thousands of people, and you just like customize it or whatever, and that's how they get the money for it, because they're selling it cheaper but to multiple people. If you want a fully custom one where it's only yours and nobody else in the world has it unless you sell it to them, the thing is that they're doing one just for you. And they are going to spend all those hours and all that time making that one-off piece just for you. So it's pretty expensive. Yeah, I'll be getting one of those in VJ. One of the customizable ones, like Suika, the Suika model here. Yeah, that's how, and that's like how a lot of people suggest you start before investing thousands of dollars and months of time into making a fully custom one. Try one of the cheaper like customizable ones or a ready-made one, and try it out, learn it, figure it all out. And I'm really glad we did that, because like again in the beginning we couldn't even figure out how to make this model work. There was a lot of tech issues that Papa Cryptid and Roots had to fix. 2 ways. Thought you were just gonna arrive at more malevolent chopping block. 2 ways: elite model makery, or you figured out yourself and the time for it. Yeah. But even then, I'd say you should still value your time, even though you're not actually paying yourself monetarily. Like, that time you invested in learning it all is still crazy. Because sometimes people will be out there, they're like, oh, I could do that myself for free. And it's like, well, yeah, you're investing your time instead of your money in it. Good advice is to not deep dive into it. Yep, PNG tubing isn't for everyone, but it's a start to get you streaming. Yep. And we had the PNG tuber first. And I realized it helped. I liked not streaming with my physical face. Just because, then I would feel the need to like put on makeup or do my hair all the time, and I didn't want that stress. And I like being cryptid. The PNG tuber helped. But in the end, I realized one of the things that was making me not love streaming was the fact that I didn't have that range of motion. So we did try it first, and then we did the investing into a customizable one, which is the Suica one for just 100. But we did not go fully into the thousands for a fully custom one-off model. That would be a crazy start. And now after this, if we continue, I think if we continue VTubing for a year, if I can make it to a year and I'm enjoying it still and it's really fun, it's something I consistently do, then after a year, then I might look into investing into the fully custom, what Cryptid is supposed to look like. I just need to have a company that can anything and not a paperweight. I don't know what anime girl you want to be. Yeah, and that's one of the things too. Sometimes if you're just like a generic thing, like if you're just a generic anime girl, if you're just a generic cat girl, something like that, sometimes it's really hard to like be emotionally invested in it to actually personify that. I was thinking of Cryptid and what I wanted Cryptid to be and what I wanted Cryptid to have for months, for months and months and months, before we actually even went to the PNG tuber, before I had a friend do the concept idea of what Cryptid should look like. And they had the art reference, and then they made the PNG tuber, and then we did this one. So this isn't what Cryptid will fully like at the end, because again, Cryptid has like the deer antlers, she's gonna have glow-in-the-dark eyes, she wears different outfits, she has more jewelry, she looks a little spookier. But this is a really good little in-between that we could invest in before we fully got into doing Cryptid. Not Inkblot. Creative one, I'm not entirely sure what you're saying. I'm so sorry. What was I saying? But yeah. So sometimes if you just do something generic, like, oh, I just want to be a pretty anime girl, or I just want to be a cat girl, and it doesn't have that personal feeling of like something that you specifically wanted to do, something that's not like close to you, something that's not an actual like persona. This is an online persona, right? If you do a VTuber, if you do a PNG tuber, it's an online persona. So it's typically you'll like it more. You'll be better at it if it actually is a persona, if it has part of you in it, if it has part of your personality or your idea in it. That's normally what will lead you to more success. Incomplete wondering what look to have. The Inkblot psych test or Cold Wash test. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you were responding back to Ink and Play. I thought you were just randomly mentioning them, and I'm like, okay. sorry. I just didn't quite understand. I didn't understand. It was responding back to Ink and Play. Okay. But it's the Inkblot. Like when you do psychologist evaluations and stuff, or I mean with that one, they just show you what the splatter of ink looks like, and you have to say what you think you see, and everyone sees like different things. It's those. Did my lo-fi beats? Hold on. Lo-fi. And let me go back here. Okay. But yeah, it's when it's like an ink splot on a white page, and they're normally like symmetrical, and you have to like say what you think you see, from that nonsense. It's those. Maybe I can look that up. Yeah. Here. Yeah. See stuff like that. Am I gonna see anything bad if I do this? Yeah, so you see like these random, so they put it on like the middle, and then they fold the paper in half so it's symmetrical. But it's like these random ink blots, and you have to say what you think you see. Wolf girl? You're always team wolf? Do you just see like a bunch of wolves? Well, you know, that says something about you psychologically. I don't know what. I never took that far advanced psychology stuff. But yeah, it's supposed to supposedly say certain things about you, depending on what you see. Your state of mind, maybe. Like if you see like a lot of negative stuff, that shows something about it, versus if you see like a lot of cute animals, or if you see like people and like scary faces. You've not done that, you need to do that. I just thought you could be a wolf girl. Okay, and if you really associate with wolves and there's something about wolves and moons and like a wolf pack that you want to do, then that's something, you know. But it's important to like be like it should be your persona, and a persona like has aspects of you that you really connect with. Having like an ink that looks like wolf, because working off the username into the character. Oh, that's true. If they keep the username ink in play, then yeah, maybe something with a ink or writing and a wolf, like a little writing wolf girl, something like that. But yeah, it's, and you know, this is just like random people on the internet who don't know you giving you ideas. But yeah, like sit with it, think about it, think about stuff like, oh yeah, like what do I want to do on stream? How do I want to present myself on stream? How do I what things do I connect with? What unique aspects am I bringing to this model that I might want that model to reflect? So like Cryptid, obviously, right? We want the bit of she's Cryptid, the local Cryptid. Originally, she was supposed to be much cooler, much more mysterious. And then I was like, no, that's not fun to engage with. I want to be more natural, more relaxed, just hanging out and chatting with you guys. So now in the future, she's gonna change, right? I'll let you thought of Faye also. Yeah, that's a cool concept. Hello and welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. Welcome to the little Cryptid club over here. But yeah, this is a very rough draft. really, really, really rough draft. And I'm a very big proponent of shitty rough drafts. So you should never feel ashamed with however rough your rough draft looks. But it's a rough draft for a 2-minute script of an animatic. And I told chat when I first started, like, oh, in the future it might be really cool to work with a storyboard artist after I edit the draft of the script. If I make an edited version of the script and work with a storyboard artist, and you guys could see, and I'll take you guys all along with from writing the rough draft to editing it to then working with a concept artist and a storyboard artist. And everyone in the end has been so supportive. I did reach out to a storyboard artist that I really admire, that I like their work, and they actually messaged back, which like really freaked me out, and they said that they were interested if I send them the script soon, that they would help me break down and help me figure out the cost and the different order of what comes next, and how much I could expect to budget for those, which is really, really exciting and really intimidating. But so yeah, so then I pulled it up today, and we're gonna start working on the first pass of really, really rough edits. So it's still not gonna look perfect, but we're gonna, every single pass, get a little bit better at it. And then there's the final revisions afterwards, where you actually make this properly formatted. Well, you'll have the characters like names bolded and stuff, and you'll do the proper citations. You'll have the page numbers. You'll have the scenes and settings. You'll have a like shot cut in. You'll have exterior shot. You'll have interior shot. You'll have all the different things that a script is supposed to be formatted in. But for now, we're just getting our really basic ducks in a row, because I didn't expect to already be so far along. But yeah, are you working on anything interesting? We've worked on a short story on stream. We've worked on scripting out 3 episodes of a little animated thing. And afterwards, we were going to start scripting out a novel, but now I'm editing this instead. The writer on Twitch that does script writing, kind of introductory. Well, to be fair, I never expected to get this far on the script writing. I planned to already be writing like the beginning of a novel, and it just so happened that, hey, this is where the universe is telling me to go. We have the storyboard artist reaching back out and saying they'll take a look. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow up. Like, let's start editing this short 2-minute animatic script and figure out how it goes. But yeah, the concept of this one is there's supposedly a monster in the woods hurting this Studio Ghibli fantasy medieval inspired town. You write your own stories sometimes? Taking a break. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let your brain relax a little bit. It's been thinking too hard. What kind of stories do you write? Do you write fantasy? Do you write YA? We have some romance writers in the chat, and they're writing like Christmas romance stories or mafia romances. Other people are writing their second book. and they're getting that published. Oh, thank you for the follow, and welcome to Cryptid Cult. Hi, you're the new book you're writing is a Deer Girl. That's right, you're doing a collab with Shadow. You're writing romance too. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have so many romance writers in the chat by the end of this. That's so funny. But yeah, this one's a little spookier instead, what I have on screen here. But yeah, you've been overpowering into me. Oh, in the memes chat on Discord. So yeah. Oh, also, Rosaline, Neko. That's if you don't have to, but if you do join the Discord, there's also storytime submissions. And no spicy stuff. I think I had to update the rules still, but no spicy stuff. But you can submit different scenes that aren't spicy of whatever project you're working on. And sometimes we will then actually read it live on stream. And then I give 1 or 2 pieces of critique, of feedback to help you bring it up to the next level. And you know, it's never mean. We never make fun of anybody. You decided Cryptid is brand. It's me. It's my stream. How can you ban me? But yeah, we give critique, just 1 or 2. We never overpower you. And yeah, it's a really fun time, and everyone gets to listen to each other's story time. I read it all aloud, and it's really fun. And sometimes other people will even give feedback too. But everyone here is very polite raccoons. We're all respectful. Bambi's reading you. We don't have the deer. The live deer is just a you thing now. It's me as Cryptid, and you guys are my little raccoons. But yeah, it is a really good time. And even if you don't want to submit your own work, other people post their stuff there, so you can see stuff from other people too. And some of them are published authors, and they're writing their next books, and we get to see little sneak peeks of what books they're working on. Your idea, a scar just being a cat. Oh, look at this thing close to a ledge. Does gravity still work? Yep. This car never had a chance. He was too cat. Is this about like the Lion King? Your profile pic should be a raccoon. So Cryptid Roots is a business, and that is our business logo. And I wanted the 2 things to match. That way, if people ever saw the 2, if they saw Cryptid Roots on Twitch, or they saw Cryptid Roots on Etsy, on Etsy, or on Instagram, or on TikTok, they would know it's not like 2 different people who both are called Cryptid Roots. They'd know it's the same person. So that's why the profile pic is the same. And it will make a little bit more sense when Cryptid eventually, the model, has her deer antlers, right? She's gonna have the spooky deer antlers and be a little bit more creepy. Still friendly, still a friendly local Cryptid, but a little spookier. So then the deer skull logo will make a bit more sense. Oh, it looks like a deer. Yeah, it is a deer skull. That is one of the most... So far for the business to date, that is the most expensive piece of art we had, because we had to get the commercial and like copyright usage, different rights to that piece of artwork when we commissioned the artist. And they are professional, and they've worked with other businesses and stuff. So that is, to date, the most expensive piece of artwork we've gotten for Cryptid Roots. But in the future, if we go through with the storyboard animatic, I think that's gonna be the new most expensive thing. Will the booba be staying? Yep, because I do love my booba models. I gotta have it reflect me a little bit. But yeah, it's really exciting. What is the little heart that's next to yours? Why does it say share the love? I'm not sure. But sorry, I'm still, I tell people here, I try my best on stream. That doesn't always mean it's good. Oh, hi T, it's good to see you. You've been lurking for a bit. Have you been working on any writing too? But yeah, did you hear the news earlier? Like, yeah, the storyboard artist reached out to me. They might look at the script and help me break it down and see what the budget will look like. And I'm really excited about that, actually. I did not know when we first started this stream on the 1st that 25 days later, I would be chatting with an artist to maybe be bringing this to life. Isn't that crazy? But let's see over here. So we have so again, when I do this will probably be a separate thing. A lot of scripts you don't, unless it's for a play, like an actual physical play. You don't have the cast list there. You've been playing a horror game, and when your phone went off, it scared you. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Roots keeps telling me like, oh, people can hear your phone, and I keep meaning to put it further away. Model, keep track of me. And then to be honest, I just forget. But to be fair, I'm working on a really tight space here. I have the 3 monitors, the 3 keyboards, the 2 mice, the microphone, the camera, my glasses that I can't wear for the face tracking, my glass of water, I had the phone, Mothman scribbles. Oh, hi, hello, Mothman. Cryptid should drop the piece of hydrated dihydrate. No, I don't trust you guys with it anymore. But hello, Mothman. Yes, it's so good to see you. That's awesome. 2 cryptids in chat. But yeah, we're actually editing a script. Is it what? But yeah, for everyone, yeah, we had to edit the script, and I'm hoping, even if I don't do it on stream fully, if we're just chatting a little bit more, I want to finish at least a rough first pass of... Oh, this is your friend? You brought him? You're friends with Mothman? That's crazy! Hello, Mothman. But yeah, I was telling Roseline earlier, we do also have a Discord. You don't need to join it if you don't want to. But if you also do writing, there is a story submission time there, and if you submit short pieces, just no spicy, no too sexy spicy scenes, please. But then when I do a story time stream, I'll actually read some of them live on here on stream for critique and feedback, and it's always really nice. It's really fun. Everyone loves story time. But I just give 1 or 2 pieces of critique of whatever you submit to make it to the next level. Yeah, it's really, really good. Was gonna say, on Wednesdays, you see writer Mothman's pants. Oh, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Cryptid Cult. I swear, we talk sometimes about spooky things in writing here, but we're a very friendly community, I promise. Your game loves to make the gameplay hard, as there's Parasite that keeps damaging you. Oh no, it keeps showing me this cutscene of it ripping your guts every time it dies. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Part of me wanted to jokingly be like, oh, you just have to get good, but I won't say that. That's toxic. But no, I wish you good luck on your game. You got this. Get up, take a stretch, shake your hands a bit, move your neck, crack your spine, and then yeah, give it another go. Surely this isn't a username change, but maybe? I don't know. But as long as everyone is nice and behaves well in the Discord and in chat, then hey, everyone's welcome to hang out and listen to me blab. I don't know. It's so funny how often you guys listen to me yap for hours. I'm still amazed at the 7-hour and 40-minute stream I did, and there were people listening for that whole time, and I'm like, oh my god. Nice to meet Mothmans. Yeah, Mothmans are great. I'd still love to see Fresno Nightcrawler. Fresno Nightcrawler isn't active online very much, you know. Like he's a very single dad. He's just taking care of the younger Fresno Nightcrawler kids. But man, like Fresno Nightcrawler is one of the least problematic cryptids you will ever meet. I really enjoy them. They're really, really cool. He's very chill. He's not into the fame or anything. He's just a family guy. Not as like a reference to the show, just in general, he's a very family oriented guy, and he's really chill. Why are you trying to ban people already, Author Relic? Everyone's being nice in chat. Get 1 health, but the fighting's... Oh. Man, I wouldn't like playing a fighting game where the fighting's janky. That would just be frustrating. So we got rid of this. So the cast list, again, I have it here for now. When I do the final edit, I'll probably get rid of it. Because for scripts, you normally don't have a cast at the beginning. That's normally for plays. But it just helps me keeping track of it for now when we're in this earlier version. Oh no, is everyone trying to threaten Author Relic back? Oh dear god. You guys are all nice raccoons. No rabid fights in the trash can, okay? All raccoons have to behave while they're in the trash can. So we had them at the edge of the woods. The beast is lurking behind the younger sister, and the older sister is not facing the screen. Our hag is going to narrate off screen, and we have a note here that her narrating the problem that the village is facing she doesn't specify if it's the beast or the older sister, because the reveal at the end is that the true monster they've brought the hero to fight is that older sister, is the Witch of the Woods. You guys are also silly. Author Relic. This is why you're not a mod. Author Relic. You keep trying to start fights. You're a rabid raccoon. But no, everyone here is really good. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy I first started streaming and writing and chat, or writing and reading. It's been a really great community to start of YouTubing in. There's been a total of 3 gut-ripping cutscenes, 2 dismemberment cutscenes, 1 nuclear explosion cutscene. Oh no. Oh hey, props to you for still going, T. I think I get frustrated at some point. So, our hag's gonna narrate info that the monster's been here for years without them even knowing. But she's not gonna specify that it's the Witch of the Woods, because the audience doesn't know it yet. That's gonna be the reveal at the end, that the older sister is the Witch of the Woods, and she's gonna have killed all of the men in the village. So while the hag is narrating off-screen, the beast draws closer, open-mouthed, to the siblings in the clearing. It doesn't go past the clearing edge, staying in the shadows. In the shadows of the trees. The younger sister looks over her shoulder and... Yes, the younger sister looks over her shoulder and notices the beast. She's going to... She falls backward. She falls backward in fear. The older sister isn't the focus of the shot, but is in view and doesn't react. That's going to be the important bit, right? So we're starting these opening scenes. We think these are 2 like innocent maidens, and this monster's going to like come by and like attack them. This is the monster the hag is narrating about as she guides the hero through the village for him to fight the monster. But in the end, when the hero actually gets there, right, it's the older sister is the Witch of the Woods, who has killed her younger sister. She's killed all the men in the village, and she's now going to start the fight scene with the hero. And it's going to be that little twist. Sorry for moving the screen so much. I'm going to have to get Roots in here to keep you guys all in line. I like a lot of the cute emotes. Rosaline Neko, those are really cute. You think we should make Cryptid play Scorn to see what I have to go through? No, that does not sound like a fun time for Cryptid. That does not sound fun at all. I'm still really excited at the idea of after November. I want to do some of the more game streams during the day, like a little earlier in the day, and still have writing at night. But I still really want to play Sly Cooper. I want to play the Sly Cooper games on stream. I think that would be really fun. Mothman, of course, Mothman's emojis is the light bulbs. You guys are silly. So, you gamers. Well, it'll be at a different time. So I'll probably play games earlier in the day, and then take a break maybe, and then in the evening I would still stream the writing and the chatting and the yapping and all that different stuff. Oh my goodness, wait. So speaking of Mothman, I actually have an emote. That's your emote? It's the little animated one. Let me see if I can... Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. I might need to full screen this. Hold on, I'm looking through my streams. There we go. Look at that. It's you! That's a little animated you. There we go. That looked like I was glaring on screen. I promise I wasn't. It's really cute. I want to get some more in the future. I want to get more custom. These ones are like ones I bought that other people can use. In the future, I want more different cryptids as emotes. I want to have like for the sad one, I want to have like the Loch Ness Monster looking sad. I want to have like a little walking, little fancy pants emote that's like Fresno Nightcrawler. I have a lot of like really fun ones that I want to do eventually. I'm so excited. But yeah, I knew for the first one, right? We had to show one of the, not gonna. Fresno. Fresno Nightcrawler is one of the favorites. You gave up? See, it's only been a few minutes since you said since you told us you were playing it. Oh my goodness. So let's see here. The older sister and younger sister. The younger sister notices the beast. Having no actual gaming computer and a former roommate that did only gaming, my time feels far more sour when you are playing a game or watching a game. Oh my goodness. But you don't always need like an actual like fully gaming computer, right? There's even like older games like geez, the Sly Cooper's not a computer game, not that I know of. It's a really old PS2 game. It's a PS2 game. We were thinking of making a Flatwoods monster for a shocked emote. I love that. Oh, that sounds incredible. Imagine you have to do close range combat, but you can die in one hit and only attacks in close range. Yeah, that's one of those like rage game fights. Is it not Mortal Kombat? What's the Souls one? There's one that's like really famous for it's like you get like a rat. What was it? Dark Souls. Thank you, Papa Cryptid. Yeah, it's Dark Souls where like, you know, you trip on a dandelion or something, or a rat sneezes on you and then you die. Oh no, I could not play one of those types of games. I'm just gonna be happy with Sly Cooper in the future. That's what I'm gonna do. Takes 5 hits to kill is the problem. So you just gotta survive for 5 hits. You got this. We believe in you. So yeah, I for this one, I'm not worried about keeping track of all my cuts. That's going to be in the next edit. But yeah, for this one, it's going to be a sharp cut. The hag, the narration continues, but she's really talking to Hero while they walk through the village. He's a young man, generic looking hero archetype, young 20s to middle 20s. So we already had the description in my character info up here, so I can get rid of that, make it a little neater. Right, it's not a perfect neatness pass right now, but we're just making it a little more tidied up. Yeah, like 40 times hyperware, how much time waiting for a load screen? Struggling on a part of a game, you're destined to get frustrated. You've completed maybe 3 games? Are you only playing like really hard, frustrating games? There's like just fun, relaxing games too. Games, I feel like games nowadays, they're either like really stupidly boring. Like a lot of cozy games kind of have that problem. They're just like a grind set and they're really easy and they can get like boring. Or they're like really, really, really hard. Like they're trying to make the players frustrated. It's like really difficult. And it's kind of that extreme. I feel like games before were like meant to be entertaining. Like there are game mechanics, but they're relatively, right, easy to understand. You learn it through the game. And then it's like, yeah, now we're going to tell you like this fun little story through the game and you're going to interact with it by doing those game mechanics. And it was like really fun. I'm thinking of like Okami. I'm thinking of Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper's like an ideal version of that. Games used to just be more like fun. Not like hardcore challenge or like mindlessly boring. They used to just be fun. I really miss that. That's why I think a lot of the games I want to play on stream are like those older games. I don't want to play a lot of newer games. Takes a minute to cool down for you to reattack. Now you'd rather 100% a Dark Souls game than try to kill this ugly monster. What game are you playing? You won on Halo games? Yeah, but if you weren't having fun on Halo games, you know, you can win at a game and still not have fun on it. You know what I mean? I hope you find games that you actually, like, enjoy playing. That's kind of the point of games. Not to 100% them, but, you know, to have fun. Playing Scorn. What's Scorn? With friends helping, and one on Guitar Hero. Oh my god, I do remember Guitar Hero. I never really did the hardcore levels on Guitar Hero, but I did enjoy some of the. It wasn't easy. I think it was like the medium level where you had to do like it wasn't. It was like the medium level. You had to do like 4 colors. That's the one I did. So like I think easy was like 3 colors. The extreme you still used 4 fingers, but you had to like move to hit the 5th color, and that one was too hard for me. But I did like the medium level of Guitar Hero. I'd rather have you see than you explaining because it's hard to explain. Now let's go look. Hopefully this isn't gonna pull up anything bad. Scorn game. Oh, it's a survival game, so yeah, that's already gonna be difficult. Because the point is that you have to survive against hard stuff. What is that? I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna ask. It's a survival horror adventure game. Yeah, that means it's hard. Scorn, an awful game made by masterful artist. Only 3.7 stars. It's a creepy and cool experience, but it's also just kind of a walking simulator. It looks cool, but the gameplay is pretty ass. Yeah. I don't know what you expected. It's a hard survival gameplay one where people are saying that the gameplay mechanics are kind of shit. I miss the games where it's like, yeah, here's how to play the game, here's the basic mechanics, and then here's the fun things to do in the game, and here's the fun adventure we're gonna follow along on. You miss Guitar Hero? Yep, easy, but on Through the Fire and Flames, easy ended with like medium kinda. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that might be another fun game to do on stream. I don't even know if we still have all the stuff for Guitar Hero. But man, that would be one that would be cool. So, the hag was narrating off-screen here when the younger sibling notices the monster. Hello? Hey, Resident Scarecrow! Oh my goodness, it's good to see you. I've missed your streams the past few days. I'm not sure if you have been streaming, but I even messaged you recently. I'm like, man, I gotta check up with Resident Scarecrow soon. I miss going in their stream. I miss chatting with you. How are you holding up? Four Fingers are in that final song. You want to design some because you have ideas. That would be really cool. For you to start designing games. I really think that's a really cool talent that people learn. And there's a lot of tutorials on how to start game developing on YouTube. A lot of people can start even learning how to make games without going to college and doing all the college classes now. There are a lot of free resources to start learning it. OMG, have you hydrated? I have a glass of water here. I don't know if anyone's done the the hydrate emote. Hydrate or dihydrate, that's what we called it. Yeah, I can do one. But yeah, I think I started sipping before. There we go, sorry. The model freezes when I take a sippy. It's good, you reached the end? So you've reached the end? Wait, holy shit, Frozen Scarecrow, that's exciting! You reached the end of your draft? Oh my goodness! Frozen Scarecrow, that's so exciting! So you took a couple days to marinate in it and then gonna go to editing later on. Frozen Scarecrow, I'm so excited for you! That's amazing! Yeah, Scarecrow arrived, right? When I looked at code from someone trying to teach me, just me, and I was lost 2 rules in. Yeah, so there's like things for like learning from scratch, like for basically like you've never seen code before, and there's like things on YouTube now to start teaching that. If I can tell you the background? Oh, you were talking to Scarecrow too, that's funny. But yeah, Scarecrow, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. And hey, if you I know you're gonna edit later, which is normally the recommended thing, right? You write it, you cool off on it a little bit, you step away, and then later on you edit it with a fresh pair of eyes. But hey, if you ever do get back to the editing stage and you ever want like critique, I had to be on the right computer. There we go. If you ever want critique, then yeah, you can always submit like a little bit in the Discord. And hey, I'd always love to see your stuff. That would be cool. Oh, thank you for the 3-stream streak, T. That's so exciting. You're at 6.4 points. You're saving to hydrate. You drowned Frozen Scarecrow with hydration. Yeah, that's, oh my god, Frozen Scarecrow. That's what they were doing to me. They were trying to kill me when I did that, and I had it at like what, 500 or something at first, or 1,000? I forget what the amount was. But then they started spamming it. It was crazy. I thought I was gonna die. I actually felt sick for how much water I drank. So I had to up the cost of what it was. Thank you. Once it's actually something a person could read start to finish, you may well do that. That would be super cool. And you know, yeah, I always love hanging out with Scarecrow in the chat. Scarecrow does a thing when I go over, and they do like a little thingy to promote my stream. I'll be real honest. I don't know how to do that on my stream, but if I did, I'd promote like, you guys should check out Frozen Scarecrow. But yeah, so I don't know how to do that. But yeah, in general, if you guys aren't already, I think half my audience already follows Frozen Scarecrow. But if you guys haven't seen him before, it's a really cool writing stream. It's really nice and cozy vibes, and he actually knows how to do stuff on Twitch, unlike me. So it's really fun. I have a wide range of options for games. Platypus is a little platypus that's lost. And it's also like Paper Mario with puzzles. That sounds cool. Can't too much water hurt you? Yeah, it was just a cup. I was just blah 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 blah. It was just a cup of water, so it wasn't like I was gonna die. Like, if I had, I just don't like having that many sips back to back. Can't too much water hurt you? And also a VTuber? I thought Sasuke was a PNG tuber. Do you have a VTuber model too, Frozen Scarecrow? Have I just been missing it? I've only seen you as a PNG tuber. That's another sippy for everyone keeping track. I don't want to hear shit. The Legion Falls word is a town that is on the veil of life and death. Very spooky. Very, very spooky. Yeah, I thought I might have already left, I don't know, but oh, IDK, maybe it's a PNG. I just say VTuber. I guess it's not a universal word. Yeah, just the bouncing PNG, but VTuber is a wide umbrella. Yeah. Oh, it could be seen as the umbrella term? Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought people specified, like, oh, it's a PNG tuber when it's just the bouncing one. Which is the bouncing drawing. And it's like, it's the full thing like this. And then it's the VTuber. I didn't know that it was like an umbrella term. That sounds exactly like Rosaline when she's streaming. Oh, really? What does? She hates hydrating. No. I do like the hype. I do like hydrating. I do like having a sippy here, especially when I'm doing story time and I'm reading pages of people's work back to back. Especially when there's multiple entries for story time. I definitely need to hydrate then, right? But they just spammed the hydrate, so I was like having a lot of, I had like over half a cup. Just all at once, right? Just back to back, and I was like, oh wait, this is too much. In like a minute. And the eldest fight on. Very, very cool. Yeah, it seems like you have a lot of ideas for games creative one. That should be something you consider looking into. The more you use your voice, the more you need to drink. Yeah. If they had done it just occasionally throughout the stream, it would have been fine, but yeah, how many did I have? I can see it here in my activity. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15? Is that how much it was? 15 in like 2 minutes. And I was like, wait, this is a lot. Do you need to commission? What do you need to commission? I thought you wanted to learn how to make a games. It was a lot of sippies back to back, and I was like, I don't even know how that little sound effect sounded, so if it sounded horrible in the microphone, my bad. But yeah, Rosalina, Mothman was calling you out, saying you don't drink enough water. Oh no, the raccoons are fighting in chat. Fight outside the abandoned parking lot. You guys have to, if you guys want to fight, you have to get out of the trash can, you have to leave the abandoned parking lot outside the abandoned 811, and and then you guys can fight. But it can't be in the abandoned 811 parking lot that we're all streaming, that we're all hanging out in. They're fighting and he didn't cause it, author. Like, I'll still blame you. Well, yeah, if it's a really, really big game, you had to start with like a little baby game first. You had to start with like a little easy game to like learn how to make a game. Yeah, you could fight in the Arby's parking lot. I don't, you know, I'm just outside in this parking lot between an abandoned 811 and an abandoned Best Buy. So like, yeah, Arby's isn't in my line of sight. You guys could fight in Arby's. Oh my goodness, but yeah. So that's the bit. I have I gave human knowledge to a raccoon that I saw named Roots, and because I came out of the swamp as a cryptid. I'm Cryptid, your favorite local cryptid. I left the swamp, and I saw human beings, and I'm like, oh, humans are like a really cool thing. I want to learn more about humankind. I learned all about cryptids, right? I hang out with my fellow cryptids, but I want to learn more about humans. And I didn't know what to do, so I just gave human intelligence to a raccoon, and that's Roots. And that accidentally also gave them human depression and anxiety. I didn't know that would be a side effect, but I guess that happened. And we left the swamp, and there was an abandoned parking lot by an abandoned 8-Eleven, where we went through the dumpsters there and the abandoned Best Buy dumpsters, and we strung up everything together, and we plugged in, we duct taped wires together, and we plugged them into trash cans, and with the power of cryptidness, that somehow worked. And now I'm able to stream to you and be on your screens, and I can be your local cryptid because I'm on your local screens. Everything gives humans anxiety. Yeah, I think I'm starting to realize that. Loki, who goes to Arby's besides old people who are about to die. Gee! You can't say that to the old people. You had to be nice. Unless they start shit first, and then and then you can be mean, and then you can walk away faster than them, and then that's fine. I used to do shit like that at different jobs I had. It was really bad. So story time. Do you guys want to hear some crazy shit? This person wasn't even that old. When I worked at a retail job, my first retail job was being like a register customer service person at JCPenney. I was at a JCPenney. And it was in a mall. So the other thing that's in the mall was a Macy's. Now, for those who don't know, JCPenney's logo and color scheme, right, is red. And then the Macy's, what does it have? It also has the color scheme is also red. And if they're not the exact same red, they're pretty darn close. And they were both in the mall. They were just on opposite sides of the mall. And this person came in, and they had items, and right, I'm at the register. They go to buy the items. And I scan it all up. He said, oh, I have a coupon. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let me see the coupon. And he pulls out this, like, flyer with, like, a little red thing, and it says, like, something % off, some dollar amount off. And I go to scan it, and it doesn't work. It pulls up an error code, and I look, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. This is actually a Macy's coupon. And the guy goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. We're at JCPenney. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, that's the other store in the mall. And he's like, no. And I'm standing there at my register with my JCPenney lanyard in JCPenney, where I'm signed in and everything. I've clocked in, and I'm like, yeah, sir, this is JCPenney, so I can't use the Macy's coupon. And he looks at me, and he's like, full confidence, full chest, full, like, absolutely sure, and goes, no, this is a Macy's. And I'm like, sir, no, I'm working here. I work at JCPenney. And I have my lanyard that says, like, JCPenney and my name on it. And I hold it up, like, see, like, yeah, we're at JCPenney. Because I'm trying to be polite. And he goes, oh, well, then you're working in the wrong store. He says that. He says that to me. He says, you're working in the wrong store. But this is Macy's. And I'm like, sir. And I, like, look around. Well, none of my coworkers were there to help me. I was one of the senior coworkers at the time. And I'm like, no, sir, really, I work at JCPenney, and this is JCPenney. He's like, you're in the wrong store. Can you get someone here to actually help me? This is Macy's. He's like really annoyed with me at this point. He's mad because I'm like telling him he can't use this Macy's coupon. And there's this random girl who thinks she's like working so hard at a JCPenney, but really it's a Macy's. He thinks I'm like a stupid idiot. He's like, I don't know why you're here, but no, this is Macy's. You're in the wrong place. And I'm like, sir. And eventually, you're able to see like a sign that says JCPenney, like in the store, right? And I point to the sign. I'm like, sir, like look, the sign says JCPenney. And he stops and he looks at it, and then he's like kind of quiet, and he goes to look at it closer. And he's like, no. And at this point, I remember, like, if you just go right around the corner, like, on the other side of these closed eyes, so you can see a really big sign over the customer service desk that says JCPenney customer service on it, right? And I'm like, yeah, see, look. And I pointed out to him. He's like, no, this is a Macy's. And I'm like, no, sir, you had to leave through the exit here, go through the mall, and then it's Macy's on the other side of the mall. And he goes, well, why would you guys look like a Macy's? And he gets so frustrated, he he leaves his items there. They had to cancel the transaction. He just takes his coupon and he leaves. but full confidence, full absolute confidence, telling me with my JCPenney lanyard, already signed into the register, already like beeping the stuff. You had to put in your employee code and stuff to even open the register, right? Beeping away his items, about to check him out and everything, like telling me I was at the wrong store. Boom was just cute. That's the thing, he wasn't that old. He wasn't like old enough to be a boomer at this time. So again, this was a couple years ago. This was when younger Cryptid was still in college. This was my first retail job. He wasn't quite boomer age, you know? Like he wasn't there yet. It was just the full confidence of an adult man. And I'm like, man, I wish I would probably do stupid shit like that too, so maybe it's a good thing I don't have that amount of confidence, but man, I wish I had the confidence of that adult man. Retail sucks, yeah, it does. And there's like weird things that happens in retail. You guys ever realize that? Like, so JCPenney was categorized in sections. I worked in the men's department, there's the women's department, there's the children's department, there's home department, there's shoe department. It's all different departments, and you're normally assigned to one department to work at, to specialize in. That's how, at least a few years ago, that's how it worked. So I was in the men's department, but people would sometimes come over because it was right next to women's, and the woman would use that fitting room that was in between our sections. So sometimes when I was clearing it out for a lot of the men's outfit, there would still be women's clothing in there. So I would like just go over to women's department and I'd hand it off to one of the coworkers there, and then hand me like the men's stuff too, and we would just trade off, right? It was fine. So I was used to working with women's clothes. I was used to working with the men's department. One day we were chatting with coworkers in the kids department, right? And we were like talking shit about how some people leave the different fitting rooms in disarray. And we found out, this is insane, kids department had hardly any issues besides like a mess or something, like someone like spilled a drink or something there, but really they hardly had any issues in kids department as far as finding like pee or poop or something, or like tampons, like used tampons and pads. They hardly had any. They did not have that issue. Women's department was horrible. They're like, yeah, every single week we find something gross like that, like pee or poop, or like a pad or adult diaper. We find something in women's department fitting rooms, but there was hardly ever anything in kids department, and we were like, that's insane. You would think it's the other way around. And women's even tried getting like, yeah, can we have, it's top behavior, kids will try to be respectful, parents will get them to treat workers like trash. I believe it. Oh my god. But it was really funny realizing that, because women's department fully believed it would be similar, like they were experiencing everything else the same, only to hear from kids department like, no, we hardly have anything. Sometimes someone accidentally spilled a juice box, and that was like the big thing, but it was fine. We just had paper towels. It was okay. Women's department workers, when that news spread around, were furious. They were so mad. They tried getting swapped out to any other department because they were so tired of that shit. Men's department, we were fine. We occasionally found like bloody clothes from like people who like had gotten stabbed and they were like running from the police and stuff, and so they would like go into a fitting rooms and quickly change and like head out. That happened like once or twice. It happened once when I wasn't working, and it happened another time when I was working, but one of my coworkers found it. Frozen Scarecrow, why are you sending me question marks? You're in Florida too. You know this. You know Floridians are weird. You know nothing normal happens here. But yeah, I was in charge of that closing night. I think I was one of the senior people there. And one of my coworkers was cleaning out that fitting room. I was fixing up dress shirts outside the fitting room. And he came out, he talked to me and one of my bosses, and he's like, hey, I was cleaning out the fitting rooms, and I found this shirt, and it was like ripped, and I went to pick it up because I thought someone like ripped it, like one of our merchandise. It's not our clothes, it's not any of our merch, it doesn't have tags or anything, but I picked it up. It's actually like covered in blood near like the holes and stuff on the side. Like, well, what do I do with this? And then my manager, calm as you please. Like, she had already seen it. She's like, oh, yeah, okay, like, yeah, don't touch any of the bloody parts, like, don't do that. But the cleaning staff already left, so, like, just grab by, if you can. If it's not clean at all, grab a paper towel. But, yeah, just bring it to, Lost and Found security desk, and they'll review the footage later when they're next in, and they'll report it to police in the morning. And he was like, why do you already know what to do about this? They were like, yeah, it happens. JCPenney is not your first thought if you're injured and on the lamp. That's because you're smart. Not everyone has that level of brain cells, Frozen Scarecrow. I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't you dare. Come on, let's clean that up for the nice ladies that work here. Please. Even if you do, like, leave a mess and stuff and you haven't cleaned it yet, even if you just, like, let workers know that they're normally okay, because at least, like, you let them know so they can clean it up fast. It's... like, if you work retail, like, you know shit happens. It's fine. But, like, don't leave, like, these awful things for people to find. It's horrible. I think the worst one in men's, and this was, again, the one in between women's and men's, so, like, again, like, everyone used it. It wasn't specifically men who used it. One time, I started my shift in the afternoon, and, so I came in, and they like, brief you up on, like, anything crazy that happened, and normally, on a good day, nothing crazy has happened. They're like, oh yeah, it's just this sale, it's just this promotion, it's this deal they can get, right? That's normally, like, what they tell you. But that day, they were having maintenance people come by to the fitting rooms in the one between men's and women's department. We should force Cryptid to become the next Shakespeare. Don't give me that much pressure. But yeah, and there was maintenance there, right? And I was like, oh, did something happen? I thought it would be like one of the accidents, right? Like something spilled there. And they were like, yeah, about that. So the big stall in that fitting room, in that between men's and women's, is out of commission for the next few days. And I was like, oh, what happened? Because normally, like, you just clean it. It's normally not out of commission for days. That's kind of crazy. What happened? And they were like, well, we don't know. Nobody caught it because it was a busy day. But another customer reported it to us when they tried to use it, and they saw it. Somebody had gone in, and I guess people don't always know how pads work here. For pads, when you take off the wrapper, it's the sticky side, and that's how it can like stick to your undergarments, right? That's how it stays there. Somebody went in there with like over 100 pads. They were all clean. They were unused. They were all so they must have had like packages in their bag or something, or their purse, and decorated the walls inside the big fitting room on all 4 walls with the pads, and they left all the hundreds of wrappers, right? Because you take them out of a wrapper. Left all the wrappers on the ground, but they tore up the wrappers, so it was even more pieces of wrapper everywhere. And there was just all these pads on all 4 walls just stuck there. And then they also just did something to the door hinges. So the door hinges were busted, so the door was like hanging off like a door hinge. It was all like crooked and like wonky and stuff. And somebody had went there like, oh, this is a weird thing, but like the fitting room's full, and they stepped in there. They're like, there is stuff all over the walls here, and the floor is covered in torn up wrappers. What? And they went like, hey, I just tried using that fitting room. Is it bad? What happened in there? They're like, what? No, all the fitting rooms are good. The employee went to check it out. They were like, oh my god. There were pads on all 4 walls, ripped up wrappers all on the ground, and the door was like half off its hinges and messed up and stuff. So yeah, maintenance had to come by and like seal off this room, because like even if you did clean it up, right, the door is half off its hinges. It doesn't close. How could you use it as a fitting room? That's not good. It's crazy. And now I think for our department, besides like the 2 times there was like the bloodstained shirts from people running from the law, that was like one of the craziest things. Because, you know, that one, like, you just pick up the garment, you make sure there's not like blood anywhere else, and like the fitting room's fine for the next day. It sounds like they were probably really bored and needed a project. Yeah, but understand, it was like over 100 of them. If you ever look at like packs of pads, it's like 25, 40 packs. So they had to have brought in, because we didn't sell it there, they had to have brought in multiple giant packs of unused pads and just decorated the whole store. And everyone was just like, why would they even waste the money and time to do that? Not even like stealing from our store and like using their merchandise that they didn't pay for on it. Someone's like spent their own money and like brought that in and spent the time to do that. We were all just like, that's crazy. And how did they break the door without any of us hearing it? Because the register was right outside the fitting room. It was like line of sight. It was just a few feet away. So like, how did they break the door off that hinge? It was all warped metal. That's why we couldn't just pop it back on. The metal was warped, and that's why I was hanging off half a hinge. How did they do that without us hearing it? It was performance art. It was something. But yeah, that was the one, surprisingly, for men's department that had the longest time to get it fixed. We spent a lot of time and money covering one wall in sticky notes. It was fun. Please tell me it was at least your own wall. It was a wall you were in charge of. It wasn't like a random wall. Like a wall in like a store or something. At least you had permission to do that to a wall. Because let me tell you, my coworkers were not thrilled. Maintenance staff was not thrilled. It was basically a critique on women having to buy hygiene materials. Hey, Michael Bolden. Hey, Michael. Is this you admitting? Were you that performance artist? Were you the one who did that to the fitting room stall? And they did the other thing. You did this to 4 walls, Ajuna? You're running a promo for your book, The 10th Mark. Bring 20 copies of the free ebook version. Just as a late review copy, don't worry about saying no. For the ebook version, no, I'd rather buy the book from you and have it signed. Because you mentioned you were getting copies in soon. I'll reach out to you about getting a physical book, but yeah, I don't. I'm so sorry, I don't read the ebooks that much. It's just not enjoyable. I missed my lo-fi. Here we go. Oh, is Papa Cryptid going to bed? Good night! No, let me get my document back up. What was I saying? You mean no, but it sounds like something you do. Did you just forget? Did you just have too much to drink one day and you just went a little crazy? Loki, you should make a place on your wall for store ideas so you can write down sticky notes. Yeah. There are writers. I've even seen some like YouTubers who talk about the writing process, and they do that. I did that. I printed out, because I said I normally don't write in a Word document. I normally like writing on paper with pen. Or even if I do, I like doing my edits on printed paper with a pen. And I would print it all out and I would stick it on the wall. And whenever I had to rearrange scenes, I'd cut those pages up and I'd physically rearrange the scenes on the wall. And I would mark things, I'd black things out with the Sharpie if it no longer applied. Like, I fully edited things on a wall. And then we were supposed to have company, like people were supposed to visit. And I was like, I cannot have these, like, 50 fully printed out pages back to back, like on this long string on the wall. I was like, I'll look like a lunatic. I'll look like a serial killer. I'll look like a conspiracy person. I don't want them to see this. So I had to take it all down and I stuffed it in a drawer in my room, and I was just like, yeah, now they'll never know. And then I never took it out. It's been in there for years. Oh. Yeah, how do you do that? You can get a, for how do you make a... Oh, how do you do the... Okay, never mind, sorry, I thought you were talking about something else. You use Milanote to plan out things? Yeah, I've seen a lot of advertisements for that. I don't know, I just don't like, planning things out on my computer that much. I do it here for the stream, but for, like, how I relax and how my brain normally works, I normally like physically writing it out with hand, with a pen, so I can't erase anything. And I like writing it on paper. It's just what flows more naturally for me. But I know a lot of people who do like saving up, and they don't like the clutter and all the wasted paper. And they do like writing online instead, like this, because it is neater, it is more organized. And I've heard a lot of good things about Milanote. You're so focused on writing that you completely forgot to check up on chat? Oops. It's not an obligation, it's just whenever you have the free time and you want to chat. Don't ever worry about it. Lucky you just got a good story idea, don't forget to write it down. Whenever you have a good idea, don't forget to write it down. Even if it's just a text message to yourself, like anything, just write it down. Imagine I get a Greyhound bus and go to Florida to put maxi pads all over the walls as expressionist art. Your first mistake there is going to Florida. Take a Greyhound bus anywhere else. But yeah. I still laugh at I forget who it was, but they were mentioning they're from out of the country, I think, and they still wanted to visit Miami. They thought Miami was fancy, and I was like, what? You're at 16,179 words right now. Chapter 10 is finished. Oh my goodness, Dreamy Lord, that's so exciting. 16 more to go. You are working so hard. I'm so excited for you. Is this for the for which story is this one? I think you're working on 2, right? Am I completely making that up? It was you. It was you who wanted to visit Miami. I told you it would live rent-free in my head forever. I forgot it was you. If you hadn't admitted it, I would have forgotten who it was. I'd be like, oh yeah, I forget which raccoon it was, but one of them did. It was you. Yeah. No, what? People purposely avoid Miami. Oh my god. No, wait, that... But yeah, there is like a... Mama Cryptid was saying there is like a fancy area in Cryptid that's really fancy. But like, that's not like a... It's not like a visiting, but it's really, really, really expensive. It's basically like a really expensive rich tourist trap there. But everything else in Miami is like... Like, why would you want to visit Miami? I'll keep going with words. Cryptid is a bully. You haven't seen bullies. You haven't even seen the horrific shit they'll do to you in Miami. What are you talking about? You haven't seen a person with bath salts try to eat your face off. Literally. Like cannibalism style. In the middle of the street. And then, so hyped up on bath salts that the police have to keep, like, trying to tase and shoot them down. But they're so up on the bath salts that they just keep going, like, and it doesn't stop them. They just keep going. Because their body doesn't comprehend the pain that they're in, so they just keep going, like a rabid animal, but as a person trying to rip faces off. Oh no! Reached a 3-stream streak. Thank you, Decaffeinated. Thank you for listening to my yapping for as long as you guys have. You want to go to Duval just so you can hang up Colts flags everywhere, but I know they'll show you. Mood. Yeah, see, Frozen Scarecrow knows it's not just me. It's not me making up shit about Florida. I think sometimes people who aren't in the States in chat think I'm making shit up. And I'm not. So Bath Salts Bear is the sequel to Coke Bear? This wasn't a bear. This was a person. This was multiple people. It was an issue. It was a problem. Do you understand it? Where's the Bath Salts alligator? Man, maybe we'd have less issues if it was just an alligator or a bear, because, like, yeah, those kill some people, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. I think we hardly even report that on the news unless it's, like, a particularly interesting way it happened. Like the drive-thru thing, like someone tried to throw a gator at somebody working at a drive-thru. Pinterest boards, Spotify playlists, Netflix shows with the same vibes. Fully get into the world and never leave it for even a second. You gotta dress like your main character, you gotta speak with their accent now, you gotta fully commit. Fully commit. I think the problem with my writing is because of how I never get far in each of your projects. You can't get past where I would normally get to, and it feels hard now. Sometimes that, if you're trying to like write it as a final draft from the beginning, sometimes that can be really frustrating. It might help you just to actually do a plot outline, figure out the plots. Write out roughly what you want to have, because then you'll finish from start to beginning. From start to end. What happens in your story. Even though it's just bullet points. Right? Then at least you know, and then you get a little bit more detailed each time. Sometimes that helps. That's why guys I show you guys my shitty rough drafts. It's to encourage you guys. You can finish something if you're not trying to make it perfect the first time. That's what, because your guy comes up with you try to lock in at 1. Yeah, just lock in on 1 and write a little rough outline. It can even be in an hour. You just set a timer for 10 minutes. How much of a thing? Future Scarecrow problems, exactly. You write a shitty rough draft, a shitty plot outline, And then future you will then go back and start working on it and do a shitty first draft. And then more future you will do a slightly better second draft. And it just keeps going on and on. Or from the start to the beginning to the hook. No. No one clip me saying from start to beginning. Nobody clip that. I'm a professional. I'm a professional now. I'm an affiliate and everything. No. Just try to lock in on. Yeah, if you're trying to lock in on one, just try locking in with a full plot outline, with a full rough draft. Can you do it? But yeah, what are we doing over? Oh, but Scarecrow, I think you missed the news earlier. If you're still here in chat, the exciting news was this short 2-minute animatic script. Right, it was done on one of the earlier days. It was done the first few days, and then we did the short story, and then we were like doing the 3-episode script. But I mentioned to chat, oh yeah, if you guys are ever interested in seeing what happens next, the next thing after you edit a short script for an animatic, for a 2-minute animatic, is then you would go to storyboards. And if everyone was interested in it, I would pursue trying to work with the storyboard artist and show what that process is like on stream, how that gets translated, how do you do edits. And people seemed interested, and you know, like now I'm an affiliate and everything just keeps going forward. So I started researching storyboard artists, and a lot of sites were very scammy. They had a lot of like Gen AI on it, and I didn't like that. So in the end, I actually looked at storyboard animatics that I liked on YouTube, the storyboard artist, and I found their socials to see if they were still accepting commissions. And one of them that I really liked and I really liked the storyboards and the rough storyboards that they did for this animatic. And I reached out to them, not expecting for them to answer me back at all, because I'm like, no, like they're really busy. They're working on directing a project right now. They probably won't reach back out. They did, and we've been talking back and forth, talking about budgets, talking about the planning, and they told me, oh well, when it's the short 2-minute animatic script is edited, like when it's finished, I can email it to them and they'll help me break it down and figure out the budget and figure out the next steps. And so yeah, now we're working on editing this really shitty rough draft of a 2-minute animatic to send it to an actual storyboard artist and have them help me break it down and figure out the steps and figure out the process and what the rough budget should be to get an animatic done. And that's kind of crazy. I never expected that when I started this 25 days ago. Suddenly it's getting very real. Yeah, it's getting uncomfortably really real. But I did follow up with that, and this artist, the storyboard artist that I really liked their work with, actually like responded back to me like a couple of times. Like we had a conversation and everything. And they might be open to it. We still have to talk about the budget after they see the script. But they might be open to working on it in the future, which is crazy. Frozen Scarecrow is busy gambling horses, I bet. Frozen Scarecrow, do you have a problem? Do you have a problem you need to share with the class? Try to lock in on the one you've always liked the most. You had a bunch of ideas, but you locked in on the Mafia romance one because it's the one you always liked. And it's all you've been working on for like a year or so before starting a new project. Yeah, that's good advice too. Like for this was one that I was inspired by, but I also knew, since I'm live streaming it, right, that if anyone, I'm not giving permission to steal, but if anyone ever did steal it, because I am live streaming it, I knew it was a possibility. I wouldn't be heartbroken over it. Anything like my stories that like I'm most inspired by, like the ones that are closest to my heart, that I've worked on and thought of for years, those ones I probably won't live stream, right? Because I'd be devastated if anyone ever like stole it. But yeah, the more inspired you are by it, that's something that lives rent free in your head, right? You say problem like it's a problem. I didn't say. Well, actually, no. I was about to say like T did, but I'm like looking at the text. I'm like, oh, they didn't. I did say problem. My bad. Hey. What's how's your gambling going? You winning any money, or are you one of the gambling horse people that's like $10,000 down the drain, but you're like, the next one, I'll break it all back. You think a few problems with writing, in your opinion, is how I think of a theme to convey or societal message and then you try to think of how to actually convey them in the best way possible. What? Oh, okay. I was like, why are we mentioning Harry Potter? Okay, yeah, Dreamy mentioned it 10 times already this year. 99% of gamblers quit before they won it big. That's right, Scarecrow. Don't you forget it. The next one, you're gonna make it all back. With interest. With writing, in your opinion. But if you're saying that's a problem with the that you start with a theme or a message, like a societal message, and you can never get it done, maybe you need to start with something else instead. Like start with instead of a great big theme, you might need to start on just like a simple thing. You know, like, oh, what if I had a character that did this? What if I started with this pairing? Different writers work in different ways, and if you're noticing that this method hasn't worked for you, like ever, you might need to try a different method, right? Start with a character idea. Start with the idea of making an original spin on an existing story. What happens if, the wolf did win in Little Red Riding Hood? What happens if, I like this, someone said, like, oh, they like the mafia pairing. Do you like a pairing that always lives rent-free in your head? Do you want to do, an action sequence? Like, you just have an idea of an action sequence. It's not a societal thing, but an action sequence. How can you make a plot that leads to that action sequence? We need to bring child gambling. Have you guys seen the news? That interview stuff with the Roblox? Is it a Roblox director or Roblox CEO? The person who owns Roblox. And he was like really earnestly thinking at like, yeah, child gambling sounds great. When the interviewers were like, oh, but at least you're not gonna bring in child gambling. That would be crazy. And he's like, oh no, actually, I think it's such a great idea. I think it's this. It's technically illegal in all these different countries. He had to find a way to work around it, and both the interviewers were like, are you serious? Are you serious? You already have so many problems with children being endangered by these bad adult PDF files, right? On Roblox, and now you're trying to bring in child gambling. Are you crazy? We've had child gambling since 1977, thanks to Charles Entertainment Cheese. Isn't it so weird? Like, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, the middle name's Entertainment. That's so stupid. Just let him be Chucky. Yeah. They want to bring in dating. Well, no, not for adults. They want, because he was really fighting. It wasn't supposed to be like 18 plus dating. It was supposed to be like 17 or 16 plus dating. And everyone was like, oh, so you want a dating thing for minors? And he's like, no, just for 17 plus. And everyone's like, yeah, that's still a minor. What are you talking about? He's like, it's close enough to legal. And everyone's like, no, it's not. No, it legally is not. The person in charge of Roblox is like really fucking creepy. It's like really crazy. If you ever hear like news articles about the new things he has planned, yeah, see, that's gross. He was really pushing. He got like really frustrated that people were upset with him because he wanted to let 17 or younger possibly. I know he was pushing 17 because they're basically legal, and it was like this whole thing, and everyone was like, everyone was like, please quit, please stop doing this stuff. This is a child-centered game thing. No, they say the safety is perfect and never thought in some response to people trying to, no, it's even worse than that. There was this interview, I swear to God, it's a quote. If you look it up, it's in one of these interviews. This is an actual quote. This is an actual word he used. When some interviewers, this is the same one when he was talking about this really exciting idea about child gambling, if he could work around the legalities of it. He's still figuring it out. It's in the same interview. They asked him about like, hey, yeah, there's some safety concern. There's a lot of people worried about these bad adults looking for children on Roblox. Like, how do you feel about this problem? And he's like, oh, I don't view it as much as a problem as a new opportunity. He used the word opportunity. He said it's an opportunity. That's insane. That is insane. What do you mean it's an opportunity? What do you mean? That is the exact word he used in response to that question, it's an opportunity that there are all these really unsafe adults on Roblox. I'm not sure what words I can say on stream or not, but yeah. He said opportunity. The fact that there is that child endangerment problem with these adults on Roblox. It's an opportunity to commit crime. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around that. Like, if he keeps pushing for, like, underage and treating them as adults for dating apps and protecting all these bad adults on Roblox, and now he's looking as an opportunity, he's more than likely, like, one of the bad adults, right? Because it's just getting crazy. So many things so crazy they just might work. No! Who would... Yeah, they got rid of the good person who was catching those bad guys on Roblox. But now he's saying that all those, was on the Epstein Island. You know, at this point, maybe. We don't even know. We'll never know, probably. But, yeah, it's crazy. You guys ever see those interviews with the person who owns Roblox? They are crazy. And he's, like, saying this, like, in an interview that he knows he's being interviewed for. Like, what crazy stuff is he saying when he's behind closed doors? It's insane. Man, everything's just crazy in the world. But yeah, if I was an adult with littles, who had like little people I was in charge of, and the littles wanted to play Roblox, at this point I'd be like, no, banned. Never letting that happen. No way. And you know, like, the internet safety, I feel like, for younger kids, for like Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, is like we're failing a lot in teaching younger kids internet safety. It's getting really dangerous, and I feel like really bad, especially with there's like a lot of TikTok creators, and you know, they do like funny little memes and dances and like little skits on TikTok, right? And they're really funny. If you have children, they're getting games like you did when they're 7. They're playing N64, a Game Boy a few years later. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just gonna be PlayStation 2 games. None of this online stuff. No. That's what I freaked out about a few streams ago. Yeah, they told me that there's already Gen Beta. And I'm like, no, the little kids are still Gen Alpha. And they're like, no, Gen Alpha's already grown. We already have Gen Beta. And I was like, are you serious? And I had like a panic on stream because I felt really old all of a sudden. Nintendo DS. Yeah. Keep them on the classics. Not even as deep as internet savvy, but moral and sense. You know, when you have like a little kid, it's not even about like moral and sensibility vows. Like, hey, just teaching a little kid, don't make your profile or something on this game like your actual first and last name. That's not even about a moral boundary. That's just like teaching a kid, don't use your legal name on a game, right? In case it ever gets hacked, in case anyone ever sees it, in case anyone can steal your info. You know, things like that, like really basic internet safety thing. There was a thing that the younger kids were saying for a while, was that they thought it was really sus that there are so many people on like Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter, or Instagram, that just have like fun usernames, like just usernames they make up instead of like their name as a username. They're like, that's really sus. Why wouldn't you use your name? And everyone's like, you're using your name as your username? And they're like, yeah, because it's my name. And everyone's like, go learn internet safety. You don't do that. That's really unsafe. And they're like, no, it's suspicious that you're not doing that. And everyone's like, no. There's this whole online like crisis of realizing that the younger kids are trying to use their names as like usernames or handles or whatever. You know, this age verification stuff, like the face scan. Yeah. And go back to Roblox. They were trying to get that done for Roblox too, to like scan like kids' faces to make sure, to quote unquote make sure only the kids were accessing the kid games and only adults were accessing the adult games. But in reality, there was a lot of rumors that it was to get a lot of faces scanned for AI of children for inappropriate reasons. So a lot of people were really like concerned about that suddenly Roblox might want to scan and verify like children's faces and stuff, which was also a scary thing. Twitter's the most cancerous place in the world. Gen Z, we're the goats. I feel so bad for Gen Z, some of the stuff that they're going through. Oh my goodness. But yeah, probably for me, like, no Roblox, no online gaming and stuff. No, like we really have to put an emphasis on online safety and stuff. Again, I feel like the generation of parents, right, whatever age they are, whether or not they're millennial or older or younger, but I really feel like that age range needs to start teaching, like, no, you have kids, you're giving, for better or for worse, these kids iPads and games and content online. You need to start teaching them how to be safe online. It's too crazy. Like, you get it's to keep kids safe. It's not. That's the entire point. That's what I'm implying here, T. It's not to keep them safe. But the AI is so bad where it can get you flagged as a minor for probably having a baby face, you know. Yeah, no, there's a lot of theories because of Roblox supporting bad adults in this kid's spaces, and then the Roblox CEO wanting, like, dating on Roblox, but for, like, minors, and being really upset that when people tell him that's illegal. There's a lot of theories because you can do generative AI for, like, revenge porn type stuff. You can make really bad, inappropriate content when you scan enough faces. So a lot of people were worried that the reason they want to do this age verification for kids of all ages, like even really little kids, was to scan it into AI to make inappropriate content about minors for bad people. And at the time, the ID stuff doesn't work because the AI that scans the ID will probably say it's a fake one. Yeah, and then you have to do more scans. And then you might have to even provide more info to verify the scan. Right? You might have to put in, like, your names and your ID and more information, which is also dangerous. It's really, really scary that Roblox is doing that. No, that's real. I mean, the UK did it too for any website they deemed bad. Yeah. And that's another thing. A lot of people in the UK are mad about that, right? But yeah, for like Roblox, when they were talking, I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they were just talking about it, but there was a lot of people being like, no. If you want to age verify with face scans like underage kids, that is bad. We're really worried about you making this kind of bad content with it. They legit deemed Wikipedia as a bad website. Oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy. And there's been a lot of protests and stuff about that. And I don't hear a lot about it in, like, the news. I hear more about it from, like, people online talking about it and sharing articles. Like, I had to specifically look it up. So even here in the US, I feel like we're not, maybe it's just the news channels I watch, I don't know, but I feel like our news isn't even covering a lot the outrage the UK is feeling over some of this new age verification or internet ban stuff. Because they don't want us getting too mad about it too, so they're trying to keep it quiet. But maybe that's just my little tinfoil hat, I don't know. Okay, yeah, maybe for the UK stuff, like I said, I don't know too much about the UK stuff. I know for, like, when they were talking about it for online stuff, for online age verification, for game stuff here, that was the worry. And, you know, that was what I was talking about, but yeah, that was the real bad worry. I'm like, oh yeah, scan a pic of your 5-year-old. Oh, we can't verify it. It looks like they're an adult. Send us more scans and give us their birth certificate or something, like, you know, crazy stuff like that. People were worried about the implications of that. It's a really scary timeline. I feel so bad for everyone growing up in this timeline. This is scary. Shower time. Yeah. Lurk. I don't even know if some of you guys are probably too young to even know that. It was an old, when World of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, that's the online one. Just Warcraft, just the Warcraft games. So anyone doesn't know, it was games. Just, like, physical, like, just computer games you bought before it was an online MMO. The Warcraft games had the little grunt orcs. And if you, like, clicked on them, they would say different lines. They all said different lines, but one of the orc ones was, work. And, they had really fun lines, and I played that game online. I loved clicking on all the new characters to see all the character lines. We were on a UK short, and they were saying that a lot of them, according to it, they were asking, did any Americans want to be born in the UK? Like, that was a normal of UK peeps growing up. wanting to be and live in the States. Huh. I think maybe I'd say like live specifically in the UK. I think maybe there was like some fantasy with the younger kids if they saw stuff with like Harry Potter or other stuff. They saw like TVs or shows that had like boarding school type stuff, and they had like the school and they went on like magical adventures and stuff. That might have made them, like, some specific kids want to like go and be like in a cool fancy elite boarding school over in the UK or something. But that, I think, was normally the fantasy, not like specifically like going and living, just moving as a family, like living in the UK and growing up in the UK. No, I don't, at least no one I knew. I never heard of that. But I did know some kids like had fantasy, like, oh yeah, I saw this cool like boarding school like themed show on like, you know, whatever TV show it was. It takes place in a boarding school and they go on a magical adventure. I want to go do that. I think that was the fantasy some people had. UK also wanted to ban those fake IP. Oh yeah, the like VPN. You scan for any song listed as explicit on Spotify. That's crazy. This is insane. Yeah, I've only heard little bits and pieces. I haven't even heard all this stuff happening in the UK. That's insane. Was a UK person curious if we wanted to be there like they wanted to be here? I think if you ask stuff like that now, like now, to adults, yeah, then everyone would be like, yeah, please take us out of America, because there's a lot of crazy shit happening, right? If you asked like years ago, like kids growing up, then no, I don't think there was like a widespread thing of like a lot of US kids wanting to move out of the US, unless again they saw like some specific TV show or cartoon where that took place in Britain and there was like a boarding school and all this magical stuff happened. Then they might have had that fantasy, but it was like specifically for that. It wasn't like oh yeah, it seems so much better in the UK. America has a lot of propaganda that we're the best place in the world. We have a lot of encouragement of USA pride. So there's not like it's only like as an adult in the past few years that I've ever even thought of leaving the US, that I want to move to the Netherlands, right? Because everything's scary here now. But as like a kid, there's a lot of propaganda that we're like in the best place in the world. We should be so proud to be American. We're so lucky they don't have rights like us everywhere else. There's a lot of stuff like that. Good, you're not doing story time tonight, correct? You're not gonna head out and get some sleep instead of going to bed at 5 a.m. Yes, yeah. No story time, just working on this and chatting and yapping more than I should. So yeah, get some sleep, take care of you, and you know, sleep and start in the back of your brain. Start thinking what you want for that book cover, but don't commit to anything until the book's a little closer to done. Until you're certain. Okay, we're getting really close to the Big Brother reality. Yeah, a lot of the people in the U.S. we're realizing that. It's scary. I'll leave you alert, but I'm gonna head out. Enjoy the night, everyone. Okay, have a good night, Relic. Thank you for tuning in. There'll probably be story time tomorrow. Story time will be tomorrow. For everyone who wants story time, I think there's already been a couple submissions too. So yeah, get your submissions in if you haven't already. But yeah, I think the big story time is gonna be tomorrow. But yeah, I was just super excited at the news that that the storyboard artist might take a look at this and help me along with the next few steps. So I'm like, oh wait, I need to show this to another person and not just my little raccoons in a trash can like out here on stream. Oh my goodness, this has to meet somebody's eyes. It's time to start working on it. Time to take this seriously. So I think the next pass I'll actually figure out the exact words the hag uses, but I'm just getting everything a little tidied up. Hag's gonna continue narrating tags here that the monster can give great power in a dark contract, but the cost sacrifice is too great for anyone good to ever take the deal. Hero and Hag are going to be walking through the village, seeing the domestic scenes in life, people in homes, running shops and raising kids, baking bread. No adult men are seen. This scene should be slow and indulgent. Romanticizing? I knew I spelled that wrong. I knew it. You're not even gonna give me a spelling suggestion, Romantis. Get up. Is that how... It still looks wrong. It's not telling me it's wrong, but it looks wrong. That's weird. And people behind the UK law wanted that law across all the globe too. But they don't have... Luckily it didn't come to fruition as it failed massively in the UK. Yeah, it has a lot of universal hate. Oh my goodness. For at least for everyone who knows about it. I know a lot of people here in the US, right? We're not necessarily paying attention to the news like that in other nations, but for those who are aware of it, right? Like, yeah, it has a lot of backlash. It's really scary. But I mean, there's even stuff like that happening all over the US here, and it's scary, and like, man, I'm I'm really dreaming of opening up a physical brick and mortar store of cryptid roots in the Netherlands one day. That will be where your local cryptid might want to go next. I know I was born in a Massachusetts baby cryptid, and now I'm a little Florida cryptid. And but one day I might want to be a little cryptid in the Netherlands. I'll be an international cryptid. Not a lot of them are international. There's not a lot of international cryptids. Can we have a TTS redeem? I don't know what that is. It's not like anything inappropriate, is it? I don't know what that is. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sippy. Because Scarecrow was right. The more you talk, the more you have to keep, like, hydrating. You have to be nice to yourself. Text to speech. Oh, I was thinking of doing that, whenever I get, like, the little roots. Like, I want a little mini roots for the little raccoon. And I want to have a roots on... So, eventually, chat box will be a trash can, and the chat will be in the trash can. And I want a little roots raccoon on top of the trash can. And we were talking in the future of getting that as a text to speech where, like, people could do that, because I think it'll be funny if then, like, the little raccoon says it. Your stream is behind, Retro? Oh no. But yeah, in the future that might be a thing. Remember, I haven't even been streaming for 30 days yet, so there's a lot we're still working towards. We never expected to grow this big so fast. We were expecting it would take a year to maybe reach affiliate, and then another year after that to maybe through like ads and stuff to maybe earn like a whole $1. It would be like this really slow process, and instead all my wonderful raccoons, you guys have promoted me faster than I planned. So I just like the fanfic said Commander Roots, I had to be like Commander Cryptid. I had to start leading the charge and planning all this stuff out. But it's probably just gonna be like little things at a time, right? Because I mean, already we're trying to save up now for the storyboard artist to show you guys all the behind the scenes of taking a script to a storyboard to get everything done. What does that look like? How much does that cost? Have a Roots plush? Man, if we did in the future, it would probably be something that we make ourselves, because we have made plushies in the past. We do embroidery, we do the sewing. It would be something that we make, and I just don't have the time to make those quite yet. That would be something in the future, please. You guys ask for so many interesting things, but please understand, I'm just still a baby. I'm still a baby streamer. I haven't even reached 30 days yet. You gotta give me some time. I just figured out the emotes. I just figured out the animated emotes. It's like 5 minutes delay compared to the rest of chat, I think. How do I fix it? I have no idea. Oh, open up another tab and Google it. I have no idea. It's just that, like, it shouldn't be 5 minutes of ads. You should just get behind with ad reads. Is it just your chat? What you write in chat is loading up delayed? Like, you have a delay in how fast it loads up. That could be your internet speed. Or do you just think I'm responding to you slow? In which case, that's just me being slow. That's different. That's not a lag. That's just me being slow. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Romanticizing the everyday life. Studio. Ghibli. Gib. Okay. Now I guess gonna continue narrating. This is the stuff she's gonna say. We're gonna figure out the exact words later. It was a pleasure meeting another cryptid. It was amazing seeing you in my chat. Thank you so much, Mothman. Gonna head off for the night. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your stream. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay safe. Especially with all the crazies happening, you know, in not just here in Florida, but, you know, West Virginia too. All over the U.S. There's a lot of crazy, and I want all my cryptid friends to stay safe. But yeah, have a good night, and thank you for hanging out. Okay, so let's see over here. Sharp scene cut. We're back to the meadow with the siblings. The hag's voice continues off screen, thanking here while the girls are pulling away from the beast. Okay, so this needs to let me see over here. We're trying to figure out how the hag voice, which lines the hag is saying during which scenes. So we had this shot when we're focusing on the older and younger sister in the meadow. The hag's telling info that the monster has been here for years. So that's that. The hag continues the narration about the dark contract, about the dark deal, the power that you can get from working with these shadow familiars, right? While the hero and hag are walking through. Okay. So then this part, Control C. So now we've cut back to the meadow. The hag's now doing an off-screen voice again, continuing her narration. While the girls are pulled away from the beast and the edge of the woods by their mother. Oh, so I had to add their mother to it too. So mother of older and younger sisters. There we go. Bold and underlined. That just keeps track of all the characters that I'll need to get concept art for eventually, right? I mean, like when Mothman said what TTS meant on my end, you never read what the message you sent was. For my end, I have you saying, can we have a TTS redeem? Mothman then says text to speech. And then you say my stream is behind. That's all I have. I have you saying, can we have a TTS thing? I ask, what is that? Mothman says text to speech. And then T says my stream is behind. Yeah, on my PC you're talking about the scene cut, but on my phone you're at the hag. Oh. That's so interesting, them on different parts depending on which screen you're looking at. No, I have no idea how to fix that. You'd have to Google it. I am not the one to be looking at all that tech support issues, not me. Maybe you can even ask the Discord. Maybe someone in there will know, but I am not the one to bring tech support. What is this? I'm just checking, Oh, Rosalind Nico actually subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you. That's crazy. It's like, what notifications do I have? We have some more Etsy orders. I can pay attention to that later. Yeah. I am, in case you haven't noticed, in all these screens, Ink can Play Radio with a party of one. Oh, hello, Ink can Play. It's good to see you again. How are you guys doing? Ink can Play Bead Crew is throwing bee confetti your way. Oh my goodness. I'm getting hit by confetti. Oh, I think one of the raccoon emotes has confetti, doesn't it? Hold on, let me show it. Let me show it in the chat for you guys. Yeah. There we go. There's all the confetti. And then I'll minimize this again. But yeah, welcome, yeah, it's so good to see you guys. Welcome in. You love that? We got a lot of raccoon emotes. And then we also have, we had the beginning of our cryptid emotes. We have our Mothman one. That does the little bongo table. Yeah, raccoons. So yeah, I'm Cryptid, your favorite local cryptid, and then all of my lovely chatters and lurkers here, they're all my little raccoons. Your ceramics class is so unserious sometimes. Oh no, what's the TT? What happened? I think you were mentioning some crazy stuff people were doing in your classes, right? Some of the stuff all the younger kids are getting into, since I'm a hag and I don't know what the young kids do anymore. But yes, let's see. So we had to add the mother to our cast list. She doesn't have line either. I think it's really only the hag that has lines. You're a raccoon VTuber? You are? That's so exciting. Hold on. I'm gonna click on your name. Hopefully, I'm still a baby, so hopefully this doesn't end the stream or anything. I need to click on your stuff. I gotta maximize the screen. How do I? Okay. It's opened up a new thing. Yeah, you are. You're a raccoon. Oh my god, that's exciting. Let me minimize this again. Oh my goodness. Roots would like. So yeah. I gave you another VTuber. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow and for joining the Cryptid cult. But yeah, the lore is I'm a cryptid. I left the Florida swamps and I saw humans and I really wanted to explore and learn more about humans, but I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to interact with all the stuff because I was just a cryptid in the swamps for all these years. And so I found the raccoon roots and I gave them human intelligence. And I didn't know that also gave them human depression and anxiety. And now Roots the raccoon helps me put together all the different things, and we're learning about humans. And to do that, I started streaming here to interacting with you guys more. So we have like a lot of parts that we took from the abandoned 811 store in the dumpster and outside the abandoned Best Buy, and we duct taped it together and we plugged them into some trash cans. And now I'm able to be your local cryptid because I'm on your screen. But yeah, I do love my raccoons, even if you guys are a little bit mischievous. Wait, I gave you another VTuber. I am my face right now. You have an alfalfa hair? Sure. Yeah. Do you mean like the little ahoge, little hair up here? How it goes up and down? Is that the alfalfa hair? I'm not quite sure I understand. But it's okay. There's a lot of things I don't understand. The teacher went in the middle of class and hailed me as a knight of the class. The teacher? Huh. That's weird for the teacher to do, but hey, I guess if it was fun. The little hair. Yeah. And as I move around and stuff, it has the different little animatic and stuff, the movement too. It's really silly. And I never knew I wanted it, but when I get the official cryptid model, I think I'll probably keep that because it's really fun. From Little Rascals? Then the teacher called you his apprentice. That is interesting. Most random thing ever. Yeah, a lot of interesting things happened to you, T. Oh my goodness. But yeah. In the future, I'd love to have Roots as the mascot here for the text to speech, the talk to speech, the TTS thing. I want to have Roots here as their raccoon self with anxiety. They're gonna look like a very anxious raccoon. And yeah, that will be the TTS thing. And they'll be on top of the trash can. That will be chat. I have plans. It will be slow going. But we'll get there. And last year I gave you a free electric guitar. Wow. That really is crazy. You could sell that for money. I'm surprised to give it away for free. That's really cool. So we have our sharp scene cut back to the meadow. The hag is going to continue narrating while we're in this scene. She's going to thank the hero for risking his life. to fight the monster, but she's still gonna be very vague about what the monster is. Still being vague about what the monster is. The camera doesn't view the older sister's face still, but she and younger sister are pulled away by their mother. Who is walking backwards and yanking them with her in obvious fear of the beast, right? Beast remains focused on the girls but doesn't leave the wood's edge. And that narration's going to happen during that scene. The men of the village appear and go past the older sister, younger sister, and mother and go towards the beast in the woods, carrying weapons and fire. The teacher may be silly, but the people in class are weird and inappropriate. Some guy talked. Yeah, that's like really crazy and like not cool. Yeah, guys can be crazy and stuff like that. Don't hang out with those weird people. It's insane. So, what do we have here? So, Hag's still off screen. I think this part gets moved here. Okay. So Hag off-screen voice telling the hero that the men of the village attempted to fight the monster, but such evil always gets revenge tenfold. And then, well, that's going to be said over the men of the village appearing, and they're going to go past the older sister, younger sister, and mother, and go towards the beast in the woods. They're going to be carrying weapons and fire. I have to think about it. Like, do I actually want... highlight color. I had to think about this. That might be something I get rid of. Because eventually, right, the twist is that the older sister is the witch in the woods. She's the monster the Hag's talking about. And she's the reason why all the men in the village die. She kills them all. So maybe having the men go past her will be a little hard to pick up on that later. That might be a little bit of like a contradiction. So this might just be a new scene where the men in the village appear. Go towards the beast in the woods carrying weapons and fire. So scene cut back to Hag and Hero. They're leaving the edge of the village and going up steps to the meadow. They look back at the village before climbing up the steps. Hag tells Hero, "You noticed, right? All the men are gone, poor fools. The monster got them." To the mother and older sister and younger. So the scene's gonna then change, fleeing down the steps towards the village. It's gonna be a real quick scene. You have to go to bed. Have a wonderful night and thank you. Yeah, have a good sleep. Get some rest. Be fully recharged. And yeah, I'll definitely check out your stream later. That's really exciting to see a raccoon VTuber. That's perfect. I love that so much. Have a great one. Goodbye. Good night. Yeah. Maybe good night's better than goodbye. I don't know. I'm still learning everything. Still just here vibing. Man, how late is it for you guys? Wherever you are. It's we're almost at 12:30, past midnight here. I feel like I've barely gotten any work done while on stream. I've just been yapping. Oh well, that's the way it goes. 11:20. Okay, so you're an hour behind then. It's not quite midnight for you. It is well past midnight for me. Oh my goodness. Where's my lo-fi? Boop. There we go. Next scene, the hero and the hag go up the steps. Seems they should run into each other. Seems like they should run into mother, older sister, younger sister, coming down the steps. Oh my god, that's a lot of commas back and forth. Jeez. But instead, the scene is going to end with the hero making it to the top of the steps, into the meadow, where he sees the following. Yeah, but you're not a goal for today. Oh, so you're staying up late to get that word count in? Yeah. That was always when I was younger in high school. And I was still doing the like NaNoWriMo challenge when that was still around. Yeah, I would definitely stay up late. I'd stay up way past when I should have gone to bed, even if I had school the next day, to get that word count in. It was so bad. So then he's going to see the following. The younger sister is dead and sacrificed in the middle of the meadow. There are the dead men of the village. Oh, I should have a... I don't know if this counts characters. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Dead men of the village around the edges of the meadow, and the older sister is in the woods. The itch. The true monster. True. And looking at hero from the shadows. She looks demonic and scary. Embracing. Maybe even covered in blood. The beast behind her, towering over her, ready to attack the hero. Okay. And the final shot is behind hero, is not behind, is from behind. It's from he's pulling his sword out. And taking his stance in preparation, I misspelled that, oof, to fight the evil older sister who took the dog contract with the beast. The older sister is seen in the wood's edge, grinning evilly at him. I don't need that. I found some post-it notes you have. Surprisingly, they're blue. Are they my shade of blue? Are they based off of me? Do I get commercial rights over them if they're my shade of blue? I'm gonna trademark this shade of blue. It's mine now. If you ever see this shade of blue anywhere out in the world, it's mine. I put my name on it. It's mine. They're a light blue, not the exact shade. Trash. Banned. And they're not my exact shade of blue. They're banned. Here. See, there you go. Ban, ban, ban. I like how, just in case I forget, it puts by my name the little icon that shows I'm the broadcaster. As if I would somehow, like, not be aware of what I, the broadcaster, put in chat. It has to let me know it's me. That's a little funny. But yeah, probably. So we've done at least the first half. We've tidied it up a smidgen. It is less shit than it was. And yeah. So, yeah, what did I just do? So I think this thing, yeah. Let's do this. The scene of the men of the village. Going towards the beast in the woods carrying weapons and fire. How long until AI movies will become a thing, do you think? They've already... I mean, not like in theaters, but people have already fucking, like, tried shit like that. Do you mean like a thing, like they exist? I think they already technically exist. Or do you mean like a thing like they'll be approved and like an actual thing like in theaters and a whole thing? I hope never. Like an actual movie. Yeah, as far as like existing, I think people have already done it. But as far as like in a movie theater, like an official release, the full-length feature film type shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people have already. Let me look it up. I think people already, because people were talking about there were like AI generated TV shows and stuff that people like stream on like Twitch trying to get views. Not Twitch and like TikTok and stuff, and they try to get like views and stuff. I mean, if you can like AI generate a TV show, you probably could, right? You probably do a film. But do I approve of that? Do I want that? No. Do I think that will ever like be a hit and be the next big thing? No. It won't ever be commercially like viable. I think it'll be shit. Are there AI generated movies? I mean, we already have like some of the AI generated commercials from like Coca-Cola. Those are more trailers if you're thinking of what I'm thinking. IDK. Skyscrapes, the AI list, the best and weirdest AI generated films. We rounded out the most successful examples of AI generated film, including works scripted, directed, or completely generated by AI. Yeah, they've already done it. They're not like released in a movie theater, because who would fucking pay money to waste time on a really dumb AI generated movie? Like, well, no one ever like go to a movie theater, but like has somebody. Yeah, I'm confused why. Okay, so someone could already generate moving images, and then they're already generating trailers. The only thing different from the AI generated trailer to the movie is how long it is. That there's no difference. It's just the trailer but longer of AI generated nonsense. Of course there are AI bros who once they realized they could generate a trailer then generated like shitty movies and shitty TV shows and sitcoms and stuff. And they're all garbage, and they try to get people to watch it by putting it up, like live streaming it on like Twitch or on like TikTok or stuff. And then everyone sees it and is like, this is garbage. And then the AI bros get mad. I'm confused why why you didn't think like, oh yeah, hey, they can do this 5-minute segment. But man, good thing AI can't get to the hour-and-a-half mark. Like they didn't care. It's just the next thing. You can make AI generate trash for a minute. You can make it for an hour. It's still trash, but like yeah, that wasn't like the thing. That wasn't the thing holding it back. It's just that they realized like, oh yeah, it's all garbage, so we're not gonna put it in like a movie theater. And again, like they don't really have commercial rights to it, right? So like there's no point like of them trying to make profits from it on a commercial scale in a movie theater because they don't technically own it. We need to stop AI. Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying. I'm glad you got to the party. I'm so sorry. I think you've arrived to the party a little late. That's what everyone's been saying. Bless your heart, T. Oh my goodness. No, and the reason why AI is being pushed so hard is because like they realize the bubble's gonna pop soon. It's gonna burst soon. So that all these AI companies are trying to get the last little scraps of money they can before it like all goes kabloom and then it's all shut down. Because all these companies wasted years ago the investment money to start the AI, and now they're realizing it's all trash and nobody wants it. And they're like, oh, so it's gonna pop. They're gonna get rid of it soon. Musk wanted to use it for a video game. It will fail. Yeah, Musk has a lot of dumb shit ideas after a series of dumb shit ideas, and he has the money to pay to try to make them possible when they aren't. He has a lot of money to try and make really shitty knockoff versions of what he wanted to do and advertise them with a big budget so people think they're great. And then he has enough money to buy actually good things and then claim he's the CEO and creator of them when he is not. He just paid the money to get the title of it. And that will keep him in an endless cycle of making money because people will keep believing he's great. And he is not. It will probably, all the AI bros and all the people who do like Musk will probably, whatever bullshit video game he makes, probably buy it because they think he's cool. And they would be idiots before they bought it, and they'll be idiots after they buy it. And that will just be the circle of life. Yeah, see, that's what I said. He has enough money to keep making stupid bullshit. And yeah, when you have enough money, you make money. Your money makes money. So you can even make money off of stupid bullshit like that. And it's freaky and it's weird. And it's but does he have enough money to carry him through all of the stupid and the weird and the uncomfortable stuff he does? Yeah, because he has a lot of money. And you're still devolving. Yep. Okay, now we're talking about it's making me depressed. It's 1:40. It's 12:40 in the morning. I don't want to be this depressed. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we got rid of that. So seeing the men of the village. Do I want to change it here? I'm struggling with the scene. Do I want to keep it? Do I want to get rid of it? 41,501 words ink and play. That's exciting. You're working really hard. That's great. Oh, I'm getting tired. I might just stream for a few more minutes. And then I might finish the rest of this up off stream to get it at least like focus a little bit more and like do a bit more of the edits I have to do to get it ready to it's 11:40 right now. You got 20 minutes. We all sleepy. Yeah. I have a sleepy the emote I've requested, like the custom one that's just for us. I specifically because I want a really tired raccoon. Really tired, like depressed looking raccoon with the loading screen emote over its head. So I did pay for that. We're just waiting on it. We're gonna see when that comes in. But there will be a really, really tired raccoon, sleepy raccoon emote with like the loading screen over its head. Sleepy. I need 166 words. You got it. You got 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes for 166 words. You go. You got this. And just focus. Just concentrate. Go 120%. You got this. And again, it's a rep draft. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just get the words done. Then you can fix it. So yeah, I might. Jeez. Because the only problem I have with this is that first I was like, oh, we'll have the men going past the older and younger sister to fight the beast in the woods. But the entire point is that it's technically a flashback sequence, right? We think they're happening simultaneously, but really the scene with the girls and the sisters, it's happening in the past, and the hero and the hag are current day, walking towards it. So if the men are going to fight the beast in the woods in the past, and then the hero enters the scene in the current day, and he sees all it now, that implies that the men died like a long time ago, like a year or so ago, months ago, a year ago, and the bodies are still going to be there. That's and then if I had them fight the beast in the woods later, it would be a different scene. Cove Violet, the stone elf demon girl. That's a lot of words. And novel. the deer girl. I mean, is Novel and Co-Violet the names? Okay, so Co-Violet's the name. The stone elf demon girl. And Novel's the name. The deer girl are meeting. Oh, in the thing you're writing with Shadow. And in your collab with Shadow. That's cool. That's a cool, interesting scene. Yes, the co-write. Yeah. I'm so excited for you guys. It's really fun to get to work with you, boy. We are a deer girl, everyone. We are? Who's we? I'm a cryptid. If you're meeting me, I'm a cryptid. This deer will not be dead. Yeah, it's your story. Whatever you want to happen in your story, that's your story. It's exciting. Oh, I'm yawning. Okay, 6 more minutes. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, then I'll end stream. I mean, this deer girl is in a book. Oh. Hello, sister. So yeah, I think this one's just gonna throw off the sequence of the scenes. It's just gonna be a little confusing when you watch it. I'm like thinking. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of that. So in that case, it doesn't need to be scene cut because we didn't have that scene, so we can get rid of that too. Oh, that's what I said when editing. It's a lot of getting rid of stuff. We had like a page and a half before, now it's just a page and like 2 lines. Oh my goodness. Oh no, it's never mind. It was 2 pages and a half. Now it's just 2 pages and a few lines. Let me see here. Hill. Hag off-screen telling the hero that the men of the village attempted to fight the monster, but such evil always gets revenge tenfold. Hag and hero are leaving the edge of the village and going up steps to the meadow. They look back at the village before climbing up the steps. Hag tells Hero, "You noticed, right? All the men are gone. Poor fools. The monster got them." So then this isn't really off-screen then, now that we got rid of the men fighting the beast. That scene. To the middle. And then the edge of the village. Okay, so Hag. Not her off-screen voice, because this is on screen now. She's on screen. So she's telling that men of the village tend to fight the monster, but such evil always gets revenge tenfold. Hag and Hero are leaving the edge of the village while she says this. So I think I'm going to rearrange this. This is the part I had to rearrange now to make sense. Let's make this a yellow. Oh god, yellow looks really painful on the eyes. No. And let's change that. No, I do not like that. Blue makes it seem like I'm currently selecting it. I was going to do blue for Cryptid. Make it green. That's a little easier on the eyes. Yeah, even on my OBS, that now looks a little bit better for you guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man, I'm tired. So I think, oh my goodness, I think this is a good place to leave it, at least for stream. I'm gonna keep working on this off stream, try to get this ready to send to that storyboard artist I'm excited to talk with and message back and forth with. But thank you guys for hanging out and for hearing my exciting news. I'm really excited about what the future for this project is. What did you have before? You had 41,000 501. Now you're at 41,623. So you just need, that's 122 words. So you only need a couple words left. You have like 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes for just a couple more words. You got this. But yeah, you got this, and can play. We believe in you. Just a few more minutes. And hey, if you're like just a few minutes past midnight, it doesn't really matter, right? But thank you everyone for tuning in, for hanging out. It's always a great time getting to chat with you guys. Story time will probably be, the exact next stream will be tomorrow. And yeah, you need 54 words. But you got a few ideas written down. Yeah, that's good. Always keep those ideas. You never know when you want to use them eventually. And sleep well, and everyone have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.